What is going on, Casually FC? Welcome to another installment of your favorite weekly show, or sometimes twice a week show, the Casually Chelsea show. I am accompanied by the panel of Oliver Twist and Real Chicken Nugget Chris, and I myself, Marshalldbdx, am your host. We have a lot to talk about, ladies and gents, so before we go ahead and get this show on the roll, you guys already know what to do. Smash the like button. Subscribe if you're new here. Hit the bell notification. Check out the links in the description. Leave a comment down below if you're watching this in the future. And last but not least, check out our memberships or donate through a super chat because it all helps the channel grow. Big plans for the summer, so stay tuned because we will see the expansiveness that is going to happen on this channel. But ladies and gents, let's go ahead and get this show on the road. Let's not delay any further because we have plenty to talk about. Let's start off with the lighthearted stuff before we get into the bigger banging topics of the week. So starting off here with Diego Costa is in Brazil. Former Chelsea striker Diego Costa has helped rescue 100 people from devastating floods in the region of Brazil where he now plays. And if you guys don't know, there's been a lot of flooding happening in Brazil as a result of weather. And I can't really see the whole thing, but you can kind of see in the background lots of flooding happening. Yeah, well, I'm not going to do that. So, yeah, lots of flooding happening, all that fun stuff, which is not fun stuff at all. But, ladies and gents, I mean, nice to see Diego Costa doing his thing, outside of football. Boys, what are our thoughts on this?
I mean, that's actually quite big. Where he rescued 100 people from death. Yeah, like I didn't.
People stuck in their homes and shit,
I actually didn't know how bad the floods was actually in Brazil. I ain't seen too much of it, but yeah, I haven't actually heard of him for a good while. I actually thought he just retired, but he still plays football, and he even said where he now plays. But yeah, honestly, everybody thinks he's a bit of a bastard and stuff, but he does have a heart outside of football, of course. He's not like all of that, but yeah, it's obviously great to see him rescue some people. I don't know how he did it. Maybe he, scared the river away. I don't know what he did.
Huh? That's feasible, man.
It is. Diego Costa's a scary man, dude.
He's an intimidating figure, that guy.
Not wrong. But, yeah, I mean, obviously, people were stuck in their homes with no way out. And I'm sure he was part of the rescue team that were going out in boats, seeing if they can, take people to safer locations where there isn't flooding. It's scary stuff, man. And, obviously after this, we're going to see the aftermath of people losing their homes and how they're going to cope with life after the fact. But hopefully there's charities and stuff raising funds for rebuilding after devastating just earthly circumstances, Mother Nature doing what it does, So, I mean, Oliver, did you want to add anything before we move on to our next topic? And big up on Diego Carlos, obviously.
Well, just on Costa,
Diego Costa, sorry.
Yeah, big up to him. It's nice. I mean, whether he's actually getting down and dirty, doing physical stuff, or even if he's just funding it, every little helps in that aspect. And it's nice to see, I love to see when footballers give back to their communities, because Diego Costa, I know he played for the Spanish national team. He does have Brazilian heritage, so that's just him giving back to his community in that aspect. So it's always nice to see, whether it's him or anyone else.
Yeah, of course. So yeah, big up to Costa, and hopefully, everyone in Brazil can get through this, and we have the minimal amount of casualties possible. So that's always a plus. But all right, cool. Let's go ahead and move on to the next topic that we have for you guys. And this was spoken about briefly, but now I'm seeing like the Jacob Steinberg come out and report this. So that's in regard to the Vitesse situation and the links with Roman Abramovic. Now, I don't have very many details on this, but what we do have is the following. Roman Abramovic funded the owner of Vitesse, leaked documents suggest. So it seems that, I'm sure you guys know more about this than I do. Roman Abramovic was, lending or sending money to Vitesse, and it wasn't really widely known or reported. It was supposed to be Roman Abramovic's farmers team, his multi club thing, but just never worked out, did it?
Oh wait, he funded it. Sorry.
I mean, it worked out. It did work out. We had some pretty good loans over there, so I can't say it didn't work out. It's just,
well,
you know,
outside of Mason Mount and Broja, who else was loaned there?
And Van Ginkel was a Dutch loan.
No, I think Van Ginkel was loaned to Vitesse. I think.
Oh, it wouldn't be
Or
surprised.
somewhere in Eredivisie.
I mean, yeah, that was our club we loaned to a lot of times. So yeah, like it makes sense. League document. I don't. What do you mean? Like, of course we funded. I think of course we funded them. I don't think that would have been like information. Like, is that really information like leaked?
Well, I think it wasn't publicly reported. I think it was more so done under the table, which probably leads to legality issues. Otherwise, this wouldn't be an article, really.
Can it bite us an ass?
I don't think it could bite us in the ass. The owner who funded its loans. Leaks documents suggest fueling questions about the continued influence of Russian oligarch under the sanctions of the EU and UK. Still, the details of the arrangement involve Valerie Orff, Valerie Orff, who took over ownership of Vitesse and Arnhem in 2018. Has been uncovered by The Guardian and the Bureau of Investigative Journalism. The papers raise questions about whether Abramovic, the former owner of Chelsea, is still involved with the European club, despite being subject to sanctions in the wake of Russia's attack. Okay, so I guess...
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because he's still involved in a sense, some shape or form. Maybe that's the issue.
I think there are some...
Could be that problem for sure, but yeah, sorry.
There are potentially some implications for us, and this hasn't been reported on yet, so coming from me, this is purely speculation, but it's something that would make sense. It's the fact that we received loan fees and full wage coverage for every single player that we loaned to Vitesse, so we've kind of made money from that control that Abramovic had. We've made money from that and developed. Yeah, it's just not really ethical. I don't know what rules that would come under, but I mean, the fact that it's being reported as an issue here, that can't be good. But of course, as with all things, we can't really get in trouble for it until there's some sort of investigation opened up on it, and that's up to UEFA.
Yeah. I need a source almost all of his money, almost 200 million, 160 million pounds used by OIF to fund the offshore company Matson's Overseas Limited. The documents are part of the Cyprus confidential files shared by the International Consortium of Investigative Journalism and Paper Trail Media. So this is a big ass article. I'm not going to read the whole thing. There's so much going on here. So I do suggest if you're interested in what's going on with Vitesse that you folks go ahead and read it yourself. But yeah, from what I could tell, they're investigating if Roman is still involved with this, and I'm sure there are going to be sanctions following if he is. Similar to Chelsea, Vitesse will be sold to another company, I'm sure.
But I don't know. Like, do you think there could be implications on their current owner?
What do you mean?
Well, you just said they'd have to sell up. So
yeah, because it said there that there was EU sanctions on Roman. So there's a possibility that Vitesse fall. Well, I thought it was only the UK.
No,
apparently it's
the UK and
Europe.
the EU did it. Yeah, it's both.
So if Vitesse is, in that category of it's doing sanctions under Roman, then I'm sure they're going to try to take Roman. They're trying to detach Roman from the club.
I mean, they're kind of screwed either way because they received an 18-point deduction that's relegated them from the Eredivisie. Yeah.
Sheesh. No bueno for Roman. So, time will tell what happens with that. And, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Not good for Roman Abramovich and that, which, I mean, we all kind of knew there was shady things happening.
Oh, of course. I mean, how many players do we send there, right?
Yeah, exactly. But that being said, I guess we got another topic, and this is Chris's favorite topic. He always loves talking about this stuff. So, Chris,
do I?
Yeah, you do. Of course you do.
I don't trust you.
You should, because every time I bring up your favorite topic, it's the same thing. Can you guess what it is?
Reece James.
Oh, okay. We're just gonna go into it. Kit leaks.
Oh my god.
We got more kit leaks. Yeah, you see, I'm consistent, Chris. Real consistent Marshall here. So anyways,
what the fuck is that?
Chelsea's 24-25 away kit, so the away kit for next season. Apparently this is what it is.
That's straight up disgusting.
Delicious.
I'm not a fan of that colour.
Yeah, well, here's something that you might be a
Is
fan
that
of.
white
So,
or cream? Like,
it is jizz color. That's what it is.
because oh my
Hey,
god.
Whoa, what have I
Hey, don't say come, dude. Don't. What are you talking about,
What is
bro?
wrong with you, mate? You know what I mean? Like,
It's just.
also, by the way,
Ahmed just walked into this like.
listen, and also, if you're whatever Marshall is saying looks like that, then
I should go to the hospital.
You need to go to the hospital, mate. You either have
Pick up Chick TV.
either you have a kidney stone, or hey,
When
you
did
got
you
bowel
become a
cancer.
doctor? What are we doing? What are we doing here, man?
Well, listen, unlike you, mate, I'm an encyclopedia. I have many forms of knowledge. You know what I mean? Many forms of knowledge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Many
Just
folds, you said.
fellas, Ahmed your man.
Listen, man.
Dude, it is a gross kit. I'm not gonna lie. I do not want to.
It's not that bad, bro. You know what it is, man.
Really, Ahmed?
I honestly believe, we're
You
looking
would
at
wear
it right
this?
now. You know what it is, bro, I think, you know what it is? Like, on the eye test right now, it's not looking
He's dodging
great.
the question.
No.
Yeah,
I'm being serious. On the eye test right now, it's not obviously looking great. But I think, once you actually see the players play on, or if you actually see it when they actually do the actual pictures for it. So I think we're actually looking
Personality, you're saying. It might be good.
I think sometimes also, like, the way the picture's taken and everything, it's making it unappealing as possible.
Because you think it's a bit crinkled and just flopped.
I mean, it's not laid out
Yeah.
flat. I mean, that would.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
and that's the issue. So, and I think also, you know what
It
it
does
is
look a
also,
little like a
sometimes-
jizz rag. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, you know what, man? I think Marshall's had a bit of juice, orange apple juice. before he came on
I'm
there.
just drinking water, man.
Yeah, he
Look,
said
I don't know
some
what you're
apple
going to do with your Chelsea top
I should
Marshall,
get
but we
Chelsea.
don't need
I
to know
should.
on the stream, alright?
juice. Yeah, bro. Oh my
I'm just saying
God.
this looks like a jizz rag. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is, Ahmed,
Keep your penis away from
the way you see it right now, would you get this kit?
Maybe.
All right, fair enough. I mean, I wouldn't. I just don't. I don't like the way it looks. I don't like the
want-
main color.
Can I just be honest, Marshall?
Just the
You're
way
just
kit
a hater,
is.
bro. You're just a hater, innit? That's why.
I
You
am
know,
a
for me-
hater. I'm a
you
hater
know,
of
for me-
shitty kits.
Whoa, what?
It's a shitty kit.
No, I was reading something. Sorry. Oh, I just call it the creamsicle. Oh, fair enough.
But the creamsicle that they had earlier, that we saw earlier, had like little waves of white and like it looked like a creamy thing. I don't know. This I like that better than this. This is not appealing to me. Yeah, I'm not a fan.
joined?
It's the orange, I think. Curry P joined. What's up, Curry P? Big up.
Okay.
So we're not done with the kits yet. Now, if we get into Europe, as you guys know, there is a very high possibility that Jordan sponsors the kit next season. Or Jordan will be our next kit maker, I believe, right? Instead of Nike. So
No, that's not true. Again, like
okay, well,
Jordan
I asked the question.
Jordan is
part
a
of Nike.
subsidiary of Nike. It's literally a Nike brand.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So that's why I have people to keep me in check, because sometimes I forget the facts.
But that's
So-
basic knowledge, bro.
It's not basic knowledge, bro. I don't fucking keep
It
up
is.
with fashion and
Have you seen?
who
Wait,
is Jordan.
wait. No.
What?
We're not doing this. Have you ever seen your Adidas here with the Jordan logo? Have you seen a Puma shoe with the Adidas logo, with the Jordan logo? No.
I don't think so.
No, of
I don't
course
pay
not.
attention
So
to
that-
these things, Ahmed.
Come on, it's not even paying attention. It's just basic logic.
Like, is Diadora still a brand of footballing gear?
Yes, it is.
It is. Okay, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know these things. Why are you getting so hyped up, man? Why are you getting so angry?
No,
Who
but,
hurt
but
you?
I feel like this is like.
Are you on a
basic
diet or
knowledge.
something? Is that why you're eating veggie straws? Like, what's going on, bro? Like, are you upset, bro? Like, Why are you mad?
Is that veggie straws?
I don't know.
Veggie straws.
Is that?
Yeah.
I don't know these things, people. Fucking hop off my dick.
No, man.
Anyways,
this is like basic knowledge, bro. Like,
no, it's not. It's not basic knowledge.
You know what? Yeah, chat is looking at you like you're a confused monkey right now.
I don't know. I see one of them said, "Nah, Ahmed."
Thank you, Vic. See, this is why I like Vic, even though he's Pochettino.
No, man.
Let's go to what I wanted to transition to, which is apparently there's been a leak of what our kits would look like if it were to be made by Jordan. And actually right here, there's a little bit of information before we go on to there is no agreement between Jordan Brand and Chelsea. Footy headlines only released a jersey concept. We'll see what happens. And this is the jersey concept. Now this is fucking fire. I like this. I think this would be incredible. I always like the gold lettering. Always a fan of the gold lettering. That's why I like the kits that we had earlier in the season without sponsorship that had the gold lettering, the home kits. Now we switched over to the white lettering, which I guess matched the Infinite Athlete that we had in the front more. But this, I like this a lot. And I mean, Chris, as the bearer of what is fashionable and not, what do you think of this, my friend?
I mean, I'll go what I would say, but like, this is like, I feel like a lot of fans hate this kit, and I think I can understand why. Is because the Infinite Athletics in a way as well. I feel like if it's a straight like line, like striped down, that would make it look a lot better. But this is an improvement. Okay, I love the badge design, by the way. I would love that type of badge design. I like those type.
Which one, the Chelsea one?
Oh yeah, over a circle, like like stuck
okay,
on.
fair enough.
I feel like when it's like sewed on and stuff like that, and I do like the gold. I like the brown, like that type of brown, and I like that type of white. I think it all matches pretty well for me. I'm a big fan of this kit. I would like this kit. I would definitely probably buy this kit as well. Yeah, I'll be definitely happy with this kit compared to the last kit. This is night and day. Like, which kit would you have? This kit or the last kit?
Oh, this kit, 100%, 10 times over.
I think this kit is a great kit though. I would enjoy this kit for sure. Seeing this kit worn by Chelsea as well. But you have to get like probably Europa League spot at least, probably Navy.
Well, that's the thing. We need to get into Europe in order to get the deal with Jordan. Yeah, I mean, what do the rest of the panel think of this kit?
I think there's been a massive missed opportunity here. Like, we literally cleared out the club of all the Germans, and now we're making a B-Tech Germany kit. Like, what? You know what I mean? You got to admit that looks like the Germany shirt, right?
Yeah.
Does it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let me look at the Germany
with
kit.
the line down the middle.
Yeah, the line down the middle. Yeah.
That's literally the Germany shirt.
This is why I think I seen a lot of
shit. Okay, yeah.
We literally got rid of all of our Germans. Got rid of Werner, Havertz, Rudiger, Tuchel, and now we have this kit apparently down the line. Like, we missed an opportunity here.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm
But you like the kit though, Oliver, though?
I think it looks decent. I'd be happy with that, yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot, like, I've seen people on Twitter, like, well, kind of hating on, saying it looks trashy or stuff like that. It's
take my money. Take my money. Take my money right now.
There you go.
Take my money right now. If we get this, if this is what we have, take my money. I only buy kits when we win things. Like, when we win the Champions League, then I bought a kit when we win Prems, because that's the only time I'm going to fund this. But if we get a Jordan deal, trust me, this will be the first time in my life I'm going to buy a kit before we win something. Take my money right now.
Yeah, fair enough. Ahmed, I didn't hear.
Ahmed.
Ahmed, what'd you think about this kit, bro?
Is it hoops?
No, let's move on.
No hoops.
Let's move on, please.
It's not hoops. You like the last kit, but not that one.
Really?
Let's just move on.
Wow,
Okay,
Ahmed likes the trashy kit before,
that's
but
just awkward.
He dislikes this one.
This is a little kook. Okay, we'll move on.
You've seen it. The reason why I'm saying move on, because I saw it this season. I saw the same kit this season.
Yeah, but you can't provide an opinion on it now on Casually Chelsea. The first time that we're gonna actually hear from you.
I don't think you even heard what I said. I said I've seen the same kit this season at a different club.
Whose?
Okay, so you're not impressed.
PSG's fourth kit today. Look at it right now compared to our one.
I haven't actually seen that fourth kit, to be honest, but
Because this would be our fourth kit, by the way. It wouldn't be something we'd wear.
Yeah, it's similar. It's very similar. It's just instead of the white stripe down the middle, it's we have a black stripe.
I prefer the stripe, I think.
You know what? Let me just
I don't
show
like the sides.
chat
I like
in
our
order for you
sides
guys to
more.
know where I'm coming from.
Armored Minerals, man. Armored is the head of the game. You know what I mean?
Well,
he knows
I like
the
that
rules.
black kit.
He
yeah.
knows the knowledge. He knows the kits. This is what happens when you've been, you know what I mean? I've been foreignized. Is that the right word?
I will
Circumcised?
say
What the hell are you talking about, bro?
yeah.
Again, you the one. What's wrong with you today? I said foreignized. What's the
Listen,
wrong
man,
with
you need to be careful
By
what you
the
say.
way,
I'm
by
just
the way,
saying.
Chelsea's kit is better.
This.
You know what I mean?
I think the
Underscore-
Chelsea kit is better than
The
this.
sides ruin it. The sides ruin it for me.
But that's what we have on
The
the same
sides?
kit.
I like the black.
No, not the black. The sides next to the line.
Oh, the leopard print.
Yeah,
kind
I
of
don't
thing.
think it matches well with it. I don't think
Really?
it doesn't come off right for me. For me, anyway. I'm nah.
Listen, I just want a
It's
good
similar.
one kit. It's pretty much the same, bro. It's the same thing.
It's
We have
similar,
this.
but the color matching is not for me though. Like how it hits. Look at Chelsea's, yeah.
This is a
It's
concept
similar,
image.
of course.
Again, our thing is concept image, so it would look very similar to that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. This is not like this is just apparently quote unquote leaks. And
I mean, time will tell, right? But I mean, if it's close to what the concept is, I'm a fan of it. I think it's great and fantastic. So, I mean, I hope we get into Europe, and I hope we're talking about this kit later on. You know what I'm saying? So, we'll see. Time will tell. Okay, moving on to the next topic. We have a fun
I just want to
little-
say quickly, Marshall,
Go
before you
ahead.
continue, this is about the Europe thing. You know, if we beat Brighton tomorrow, we are guaranteed football, even if we lose our last game of the season, by the way. We're guaranteed
No,
at the minimum.
yeah, I know that, but like with the Jordan deal, apparently it's Europa or bust.
I know, but I was
That's
just
what I was
making the
getting
point. Yeah, I was making the point to
we
everyone
don't want
that
Conference League anyway. Fuck the Conference League.
I don't want Conference League anyway either. So you know me,
Yeah.
boys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, even if we get Conference League, forfeit, man. Forfeit.
Forfeit,
Oh,
yes.
I don't know about that, but
Be Juve, man. Be Juve, man.
no.
Be Juve, man. Be Tottenham.
So let's continue on. We're gonna talk about something a little bit more fun. Just this past week, we had the Chelsea Awards happen, and a few little fun awards here given. Obviously, we're gonna share our thoughts and opinions on whether they were
Chelsea
deserved
Awards.
or not. But yeah, this is Chelsea's awards. So first ones we have here is Chelsea end of season awards. Conor Gallagher and Zešira Musovic. I think I read that right. Have won the
Musovic. It's Musovic.
Musovic have won the PFA Community Champion Awards. Then we continue on. That Chelsea End of Season Awards, Alfie Gilchrist have been awarded the Men's Academy Player of the Year after earning a place in the first team squad. Yeah, Scott would be so
That's fair.
relieved for this guy.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
yeah,
That's
enough,
fair. Yeah, I think so. I mean, he's been the only Academy graduate really
Yeah.
that really came
Straight
up
from the
this
academy
season.
to the Premier League. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what, man?
Um,
It's a shame, bro, because there's a certain other guy that's cooking at Huddersfield that could have been that, but hey, man, Poch, we're watching these carefully.
We're over here. Cole Palmer is named Men's Player of the Year award, and not only that, but Cole Palmer has thanked his teammate and his fans after winning his 2 awards tonight. He also won the voted by the players as well as voted by the fans Player of the Year award. So I think that's a first. Apparently, I think it was a first since Eden Hazard. So I mean, good on him. I think that's very well deserved. Can't think of another player that deserves it more than him. But yeah, it says it right here. Cole Palmer joins the likes of Eden Hazard, Thiago Silva, and Willian as Chelsea players who have won both the Players' Player and the Player of the Season award in the same season.
I can't lie. Willian deserved it, man.
Yeah, 15-16 is right.
15,
I mean,
16,
Ramirez was good that season too. You could argue Ramirez.
Nah,
could've
you
won
know
one
what?
more.
It's big. Ramirez left in January, bro. Remember, him and Oscar left in the same season in January. You forget that, bro.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Oscar left the season off.
Was it the season? I thought they left at the same time.
I don't know about Ramirez, but Oscar left in the January 2017 on the contract.
Oh, is it? Fair enough.
He
then,
did.
my
He
bad.
did. Yeah. You're right.
It was that mad 60 million deal to, China.
Couldn't have used that.
I can't believe you got 60 million for Oscar. even though he was a good player, I was like 60 million there. I was like, what? What has happened to the universe?
I mean, we've done it again this season. We'll quite have a 65 million. We've done it again.
I can't lie to you, but he was a better player than Havertz and Mount. Let's be real, boys.
He's a better player than Havertz, yeah, I agree.
Havertz and Mount.
Yeah, he's more talented. He's more talented on it. Yeah, I remember. I have an Oscar top actually. Surprisingly, I have an Oscar top, and he went pretty quickly.
Oscar Nation, man. Oscar Nation, we out here.
Man. I was
just
gonna say Cole Palmer, man. Hopefully, we kind of diverged from Cole Palmer, but I'm hopefully next season ain't the same case because when a player normally has both awards, it's normally because everyone's kind of shit. Like you saw with Thiago Silva, everyone's shit around Thiago Silva basically. That's why Thiago won both. And same with Cole Palmer. Yeah, exactly. With Willian too. Everyone was literally just unbelievably shit that season, and same as this season. Most of us, okay, Jackson's been okay, Gusto's been good, Caicedo's been okay, Enzo's been okay. He's had his bad.
Gallagher probably would have won that award, by the way. I know.
If Cole Palmer wasn't here, it would be Gallagher.
I will say though, Chris, as much as like it's been a disappointing season, I would actually put this Palmer thing under more of the Hazard category where it's just like, okay, he's just clear and like he actually deserves to be clear.
Yeah,
like
I agree.
It's like literally one of the best seasons I've seen in ages from anybody.
I mean, yeah, at Chelsea, like we ain't seen any forward or 10, whatever you want to call it, do as well.
Like with Palmer, it's what I'm trying to say is it's more of a credit to him than it is a diss to the rest of the team.
Yeah, no, I actually do. I do agree with that. Like, we ain't seen anyone play this good, creating, scoring, doing everything, and since basically like an Eden Hazard, I would say, like, in midfield wise as a winger, because I can't think of any like coming to Chelsea and doing this well. So I'm just hoping still more for next season, man. Maybe Cole Palmer wins Player of the Season in the Premier League. Hopefully, But yeah,
hey, listen,
he's been unreal this season. He's been unreal.
And when it comes to Premier League Player of the Season, we're still on a mission to get him it this season. Like, you could argue he deserves it.
He does. The thing is, he does deserve. I think he does deserve in the Premier League, but he won't get it because we're shit. Chelsea is shit. We're not gonna get any awards like that, and that's just normal. Like, it's gonna be.
He will get the Young Player of the Year. And if he doesn't get that, that's bullshit. I think he should get both. But
the thing is, right, they don't like to do both either, because I think didn't Haaland win?
The problem is, he won Player of the Year.
But then Saka won Young, didn't he? Or someone else won Young.
The problem becomes, and I've was actually spoken about on the channel the other day, by the way, which is that the Young Player of the Year really should be actually the Rookie Player of the Year. You know what I mean? Or even Breakout Player of the Year, essentially. Like that's what you should. That's what it should really be, because then if it's that, then you've got Palmer, you could probably add Gusto, you could probably add, what's it called, guy like Kobe Mainu would be a good one. Brathwaite at Everton would be another one who's had a breakout season. So that's where it kind of makes sense.
You got blooming Isak, who's going to turn 25 next month or whatever.
Yeah, you got Isak in there.
How was he?
Even Isak doesn't make sense. Odegaard doesn't make sense. Van Dijk, I would argue, doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? If we're being real, Saliba should probably be. Saliba, I would argue, should be there for this season.
You mean Van de Ven?
Van Dijk is in the team of the season, by the way.
I meant Young. I thought we were talking about Young.
Van de Ven actually would be in there. Yeah, sorry, fair enough. I think I was talking about something. I was mixing two things. My apologies.
Oh, good. But yeah, I mean, this has been an impressive season for Cole Palmer, and we will see next season how things turn out. Obviously, there are going to be more players. For one aspect, it is exciting to see what we're going to be doing over the summer in the sense of who's going to be staying at the club, who's going to get sold, and who's going to be making their appearances in the first team. And also on another topic of conversation that we'll get to later on in the show is seeing what's going to happen with Mauricio Pochettino and who will potentially be the manager for Chelsea next season. So let's go ahead and also go on to the next topic I had for you guys, which is there's some stats that I wanted to share about this season. Not very proud of them, but they're stats regardless. So let's go ahead and show off this. Well, not really show off, but display this first stat that I have here, which is Chelsea have now conceded a club record of 60 goals in a single Premier League season, surpassing the 59 shipped in the 2015-2016 season. Not a good stat at all, obviously, and we will be probably adding another 2 or 3 to that, I'm sure, by the end of the season. And then we continue on here that Chelsea has 100 yellow cards this season now, and they are now closing in on a Premier League record of 101 set by Leeds in 2021-2022.
That's from Caicedo and Gallagher, man.
And Jackson.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
and
actually
Jackson,
did break-
yeah.
We actually did break the record, by the way. That was when Jackson ran into the crowd to celebrate.
So 101 was when Jackson went out.
I remember when Jackson
I think
talked about when he
yeah.
got yellow carded.
Yeah, we're also going to put quite a bit of distance between this record and the end of the season. So, obviously, not some good stats that we want to hear. Not the records we want to break, but I mean, Chris, tell me why you like it. Fraud.
Means Chelsea got the dog in them, man. Like, we don't give a fuck what we do, but yeah, we're breaking records. No matter how good or bad it is, we're breaking records. So I like it. Chelsea, you see Chelsea on it. Who cares? Who cares if it's bad or good? Is it really bad? Is it really bad getting yellow cards?
I don't really care. Again, the yellow card thing is like kind of like expected when you have such a young squad. So for me, that's not a surprising one. So probably next season again, it will decrease probably next season. So that one doesn't really, I think, for me matter. The one that does matter probably is the goal conceded again. But that's like kind of like we know why that's been happening though. If we're being honest.
Yeah.
Because we've been chopping and changing the centre backs. We've been chopping and changing left back and right back. Left back and the centre back roles a lot of the time this season. We've even done some other stuff as well. Yeah, where we've even had centre backs that have been out of form. Thiago Silva's been out of form this season. My guy, Badeshil, has not had the best season. You could say for quite. If I'm being nice to him. So I mean, again, these are stuff that we already know and we know we can improve upon.
Oliver, any thoughts?
So I only really want to talk about the yellow thing because I do think, as much as that could be a thing about our squad and immaturity, I think I got to look back to examples like the game against Nottingham Forest, and it is indicative also of the system that we play and the fact that our team ends up in positions where we have to make fouls to concede these yellow cards because the opposition will be in on goal. Like we saw it with Badiashile, he made that foul that actually led to the free kick where they scored from. He got given a yellow card for making that foul. And then Gallagher, I went into this in the stream yesterday when Hudson-Odoi got played in 1v1 and Gallagher had to make that foul because the 3 defensive players on that set piece weren't put in the right place. So it's a bit of both, really. I just hope that Chelsea fans will consider the whole thing and not just the old players are young. I think that's just a bit reductive.
Fair enough, man. Obviously, things to mature out of and improve on in next season. Hopefully, we do see it happen. And I think it will. I think Ahmed's right. Like we'll see less yellows next season. Obviously, I don't think we'll be anywhere near that number. And I think I know defenders were in and out of form, and there was a lot of chopping and changing this season. But I feel like regardless, I think now that we've instilled more of a system, and if whoever takes over next season has a system, then we see ourselves being more solidified in the midfield, or not in the midfield, but in the defense. Because I think a lot of it has to do with who we had in the midfield, and our midfield was consistent, but there was no consistent style of play or consistent system that helped the defense have a better, I guess, cushion. When you don't have the proper midfielders helping you out with the defensive aspect of the game, or the proper system or setup for these midfields to help out the defense, you're only going to be able to handle so much pressure on that defense before you start conceding. So no matter how good, we could have had the best defenders this season, I still think we would have been close to breaking that record. It's just, again, I think it falls a lot on Poch, and hopefully next season, those, whether it be Poch or another manager, I hope those headaches go away. But let's go ahead and continue on to some more exciting things, some more relevant and what people want to hear, which is Chelsea's FFP and what's going to happen next season. So we'll start off with this. Chelsea cleared for FFP. Now, a lot of the rival fans will tell you, well, how are you going to get transfers and all this? You're not going to break FFP, all this and that. Apparently, there were rumors earlier in the season from, Nazar or maybe Duncan Castle saying, they're going to need to sell 100 million pounds in players again before June 30th and all that stuff. Well, we have some news today from the man himself, David Ornstein, about FFP, some clarity. So let's go ahead and start this off. Chelsea does not need to make sales before June 30th to be compliant with financial fair play for the 2023-2024 season. Apparently for 2024 and 2025, we do need to make sales, which is good news for us, meaning that this transfer window we will be able to make stuff happen in terms of transfers. But also we don't necessarily have to move players on like Conor Gallagher and Chalobah. Who's to say if we will or not? Time will tell. But let's go on and continue. This was shown to me by Ahmed, but let me read this off. So I don't know. I feel like I've read this source before. Not sure who it is, but there is a little bit of a breakdown as to why Chelsea have told Ornstein they no longer need to sell before the 30th. Chelsea have now attempted to sell or have actually sold their Cobham training ground to themselves, i.e. Intragroup. Their lawyers applied to register this dealing in early February after the windows creaked shut. So Chelsea's 2023-2024 PSR confidence appears to be based on this intergroup accounting profit to outweigh the expected 200 million euros plus operating loss. Has it been approved by the PL? Is there really over 100 million pounds or 150 million FMV profit to be had from Cobham? And was the property validly held away because Chelsea Training Group Limited was dissolved in 2015, giving rise to the potential bona vacantia issue? What the fuck? Other sales too. So I think this is the receipts right here. No discharge completed 30th. So yeah, I don't know how real this is.
This seems to be quite legit, bro. It's legit because this is from government records. You can just find this in literally ease. You can just find this in literal ease, bro. I'm gonna be very honest with you.
Have you seen this on the government's website?
I can literally just type this in now, and I can guarantee you I can find it right now within 2 seconds. And this is not even again. I think I get that. Listen, we're being compliant with FFP, but do you not think? I think it's kind of worrying that we're kind of what's the word? Stripping assets of ourselves, And
are we really stripping?
Technically, we are, bro. The club is.
We're just selling it to ourselves.
No, we're selling it to a group which we own, which is the difference. You know what I'm saying to you? But
still ourselves.
Still the Chelsea club name though is losing. The Cobham doesn't really belong to Chelsea. It belongs to a group which is owned by the Chelsea guys. So it is kind of worrying. I'll be honest, bro. It is, like, if you be honest.
What do the rest of the panel think?
So I said this about the hotels, and I will maintain the same thing here. This cannot be a sustainable practice to remain within the boundaries of these PSR rules. I was fine with it for one season, but this has to stop like now. But sell Cobham, whatever, there can be no more. We have to start making money through player sales and for a more sustainable means. Like some of the players that we've already bought, some of them are going to have to be sold just to make it more sustainable, because we're running out of Cobham players to sell too. That's the other thing. The Cobham thing is going to be less sustainable because once Gallagher and Matson go, who have you really got left besides James and Colwell? And we want to plan with them in our future.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We did spend overly too much, like from basically when the new ownership came in. We spent 600 million the first summer, and even this summer we spent a lot. And sometimes it's not even just on the main players; it's just on random not random, but youth players and stuff we just never heard of and we never got to see play, like Washington and younger, like that 16-year-old we bought. We're after this young Brazilian now or something. Like we buy a lot of youngsters for like 20 million, 30 million, and it all adds up. So yeah, and what you said before, we're not going to like rush to sell players. Now that is good because now we might not have to like rush to sell like Chalobah or whatever. But yeah, we have overspent, and this is why we're in this situation. And we're not getting European spots really for the last 2 years, properly like Champions League football. So that's why we're not getting much money. We probably expected to get top 4, but we're not there. So yeah,
there's a few more tweets I do want to read out.
So I'm guessing that was the plan, and it just backfired.
Yeah. So now that this came out, there's also a bit of news in regards to how we're going to deal with transfers. They, the Chelsea owners, will continue to look for the best young players in the world, irrespective of age. It's all about experience and quality and the principles that there's new ownership at Chelsea want to see going forward. And then with that being said as well, Chelsea are believed to be targeting a striker, left back, and center back this summer, according to Nizar Kinsella. So left back market, hey, I'm all for that. Center back, I think that's fine. And striker, obviously, time will tell who we go for. But I think you guys are right. It's not sustainable, right? But I think in the early stages where we are still in this project right now, I think it's fine that they're finding loopholes. I know they're reconstructed this whole thing from scratch. It doesn't help that we don't have a new stadium yet. And it doesn't help that, according to recent rumors, which we'll bring up in another show, that the stadium progress has come back down to square one. So I think,
but Marshall, if I may,
go for it.
Whether or not we're gonna have a stadium or not, I don't think necessarily matters because even they bought the club in 2023, if I'm not mistaken. No, so 2022, sorry, right? So there was not going to be nowhere near any club that's going to happen now. But the problem is, bro, you are asset stripping the club. You know what I mean? This is what you're doing verbatim. We are asset stripping the club.
Again, you use the word stripping. It's. I don't agree with that because
that's the term, bro. Whether you not like the term, you're happy with the term or not, the term is called asset stripping, my friend. That's what it's called.
I think when you say asset stripping, to me it implies that you are selling away your assets to.
Well, that's what we're doing, bro.
But we
are selling our assets, bro. Like what? There's nothing to hide. We are selling. But
we are selling it to ourselves, technically. So again, like
what Ahmed's trying to get at is you have to look at Chelsea and Blueco as two separate entities.
Yes, I understand that, but they're still the same owners. Obviously, this is a loophole. It's a different situation than stripping your assets and selling it to another company or Nick Candy or whatever. It's totally different scenarios. So I think the proper wording is like, yes, we are selling our assets to our owners, but a different entity. So it's just. Again, I know it's not sustainable, of course, because after this, like, what are you going to do? What's the next, trick behind the magic curtain? It can't be possible.
I mean, in terms of property, we don't own anything else. Just Stamford Bridge is owned by fans.
Yeah. So we again, this is a nice loophole that they found. Now the next target is sustainability, at least breaking even, because if we go back to how Chelsea was run prior to this ownership, we weren't making money regardless. We were breaking even. So, for the most part, at best, breaking even. There wasn't much profit to be made out of Chelsea. That's why when the club was, taken away from Roman, there was $1 billion debt, or £1 billion debt. So I think, and this is why I bring up the stadium. If we want to make progress towards actually making profit, then maybe this model that we're doing right now of scouting and buying cheap and then selling at a high, maybe that's going to be that's definitely going to be one of the things that we're going to do to make profit. But also having the stadium is going to be another avenue that we need to make profit. And to a certain extent too, Bowley did mention this too, is getting more of an international standing. Because I think, you look at Manchester United, they're an international brand. People know Manchester United all over the world. I think that's not the same issue with Chelsea.
The issue is people know who Chelsea are. The issue is that we have a branding issue that has not been sorted out for quite a long time. That's what the issue is. And the thing is, the reason why we're doing all this stuff is because we're trying to be, trying to do something for FFP. That's what we're trying to do, by the way, yeah. And it's just, it's disheartening. We shouldn't really be selling stuff that kind of belongs to the club, to ourselves, in order to be able to do this stuff. It's simple as that. Next season, this summer, we can't be overspending, bro. I'll be so honest, we can't be overspending. We need to sell the players that we do not need. Simple as that, man.
I'll just add on to that. In terms of a short-term solution to this, so that we don't have to sell property and asset strip, the shortest-term solution is to get back into the Champions League ASAP.
Mm-hmm. And also, I want to make sure, but by the end of the once we start getting into positives and we're actually doing something, that we buy back these stuff. We should be buying back our training guys.
Yeah, it's like a stock option. It's what stock companies do. I mean, it's literally what Apple and every big company does is they do stock buyback.
Whoa. This is not stock. This is a building. A building is not a stock in the UK.
It's not a building.
Yes, I understand that, but when you're
No. You can't do this.
When you're selling it to yes, you can. When you're selling it to subsidiary, and the plan is eventually when you're in profit, you're gonna buy it back. No, that's what they do. They want to consolidate and make it better.
But you shouldn't be doing it. Well, you shouldn't be doing it.
I'm sorry.
Who cares about morals, though?
Large stock companies buy back their stocks to boost up their stock price all the time.
No. But let's be real. When it comes to business, no one gives a shit about your morals. I know it's not fair that Boeing does this, but they do it, and the government's allowed them to do it. Just like if we find loopholes.
I'm not saying they should be doing it or not. I'm telling you though, for my own football club, I don't want us to be selling our training ground just to be sustainable to FFP. Sell the players that are not good enough. Why are we not doing that instead?
I'll chill well.
Because the window isn't open yet. we haven't gotten
Marshall, you know what I don't understand? He's saying this. No, he's saying this, but we literally tried to sell every deadwood we could last season. We had a mass exodus.
Pretty much did.
We're going to try to get rid of Lukaku. We're going to get rid of Lukaku, who has the highest wages this summer. We're trying to get rid of Sterling. It depends on him if he takes the other deal.
What you're not what I'm saying. I'm telling you, why not? We can sell before June 30th Lukaku. You can sell Ian Maatsen by then, and you can sell one more person. That makes you even.
Sell Ian Maatsen?
I'm just saying that's just the reality. I'm saying, if you're trying to go for the easiest options, right? Who've got release courses? Those are three guys, right?
Yeah. Right? Maatsen could go. I agree.
Maatsen. Maatsen, Lukaku, and one more person.
Chilwell can fuck off too, but
but you get the point. But you
know what I'm saying? To spend wisely, Ahmed.
Go ahead, Chris.
You know what we're saying is to spend wisely. Why are we buying another centre back? We have like 4 centre backs.
We have 4.
Trying to sell Chalobah.
First of all, it's not even that. Even if we don't sell Chalobah, the guy we're heavily linked with is on a free. His name is Tosin from Fulham. He's on a free.
Then it's just
only 2 centre backs we're heavily linked with has been Diamande at 50 million and Tosin's, who's on a free because he's running out of contract this summer. So we're only going to be paying his wages. The left back we're linked with is some guy from Bournemouth right now, and he's not going to cost you 50 million. He might cost you 30. The only most expensive signing that we've been linked with.
We can't just say something that we don't know. We don't know if he's going to cost 30 million or 50 million. This is the Premier League, bro. They will go for.
I'd be annoyed because we sell Maatsen for 35 million.
I'm just going to be honest, Look at this here. Lewis Hall and Zapanders said Lewis Hall, right? Lewis Hall was 30. Plus 30 for Ian Maatsen, and then plus another 40 million because that's what his release clause is for Lukaku. You've made 100 million. So why are we still in Stamford Bridge then?
Buy players to Ahmed. That's why. Probably.
So for me, it doesn't make sense.
But
we know from next season.
It does make sense, though.
No,
it does. Real quick, Curry, hold on, guys, hold on, 1 second. It does make sense because at the end of the day, like if you want to run a business the way you want to run it, whatever, it's if there's money to be had there, if there is a loophole to be had, it's there for you to take. Why not take it?
Some loopholes. Listen, I understand using a loophole once, which was selling the hotel stuff. I got that. But for me, selling, in my personal opinion, selling, yeah, your own training ground is not a loophole, bro. That's not a smart move, my friend. I don't care what you say, what anyone says. This is my opinion, yeah. And I'm very sure, yeah, if you were to ask the vast majority of people, selling your own training ground where you train, not just your players, but that's also the academy, by the way, where they train all of these up and coming players, which you need to sell to. It's not a smart move, bro. It's not.
So yeah, that's what I mean.
And the other thing is, and Chris, you know what? Yeah, Chris, I just got a reminder about this. We still have not been, officially verified for the hotel sales. So what makes you think, yeah, that even though they've sold Cobham, that this is even going to be verified?
Why not try? You never know unless you try it.
So, but the point I'm making here is this. We know that the hotels are not being verified, which they did before January.
We don't know. We don't know they're not being verified. Because you just
literally
said we don't.
They're on hold.
They're on hold. That's not what you said, but that's what I'm just saying correctly.
What did I say? I said they're not verified.
We know they're not verified.
Yes.
Or they're not going to be verified is what you said.
No,
yeah.
I didn't say that. I said we know they are not verified. We know they are not verified. That's what I said.
Okay,
I said that loud and clear. All right? We know they're not verified. So why would you sell then why would he then sell something again, which the main thing that you already told us not verified?
Because if you let me answer you, because chances are that once the hotel gets verified, they're going to close the loophole and then you're not going to be able to do it again, because they have the financial fair play, or PSR, whoever's in charge of this, they have pie on their face right now because of all this stuff. They have pie on their face over the amortization, and they closed it up. So what's going to probably happen is get all your eggs in a basket and do it all at once, so that if they close up the loophole, which is likely to happen, there you go. You did your business. You did what you did. You don't have to deal with it anymore. It's just, I think it's a smart move in the sense that, like, okay, cool. We took advantage of another loophole that was there. And hey, listen, if there's no rules against doing it, we're not breaking any rules, fine, we're going to do it. That's just being smart.
Also, Marshall, the funny thing is, City haven't fully been charged. They have charges, but they still haven't been fully charged on what they used to do with their sponsorships. Who gives a shit? They've been winning Premier Leagues for 5, 6, 7 years and won a Champions League. I don't give a fuck what my fucking club does, and if it puts me in a winning position in the long term, I do not care. And yes, we're selling all those players, but 100 million is literally going to Victor Osimhen, and we're not even that far behind from fourth. So we could have said, because there's been chances we've missed. So people could say, hey, if we had a better finisher like a Victor Osimhen or ex-player instead of Jackson, we could have scored those goals, got those points, and gotten top 4.
Yeah, maybe.
If we finish 6th this season. So that's money that they're going to get that's what they're hoping that happens with Osimhen, and they're going to get Tosin zone free. The only most expensive signing is Osimhen. And the second would be Diamande if we go for Diamande, but we're linked with Tosin's more than Diamande right now.
Well, like I said before, that's the condition with this. We have to either get into a winning position or near a winning position in order to make prize money and TV money and stuff like that.
It's all well and good what we're doing. It's all well and good doing these loopholes, but why are we buying these players for exorbitant fees? Again, this is what this comes down to for me. If
what players? There's only 3.
No, it's not just one player you brought, big man.
There's only 3.
No, you know how many players you brought?
David Washington for 20
million. But that's not what you're saying. You're not saying.
We have bought players for
But that's not what you said. You literally just said, how many players are we buying for exorbitant amount of money? Yes. There's only 3. Enzo, Caicedo, and Mudryk.
No, it's not.
Who
what
else?
About last summer? We bought Koulibaly for how much money? People seem to forget that. Yes,
30. It's not. And then how much did we sell him for?
We sold him for 20 million. So we made a 10 million loss, 13 million loss. Right?
Sorry, who?
But is that Koulibaly?
Correa is another one.
Yeah,
we bought for an exorbitant free.
55?
What happened? Yes, 61 million 60, we bought him for. Yeah. It was 61 million. Right? Again, who's another? Sterling, 45 million. Exorbitant.
That's not an exorbitant fee for Sterling.
I mean, that's not bad.
You are overinflating the situation.
But in hindsight,
no, it's not.
But in hindsight, when you're looking at it now, you brought him for a fee that was too much for him. We need to be honest. Now
so that's
Wow, you're waffling, bro. You're actually waffling.
Let him complete it. That's 3 players. Keep him going.
Go ahead. Wait, no, I do want to hear Ahmed complete his list of players that we paid exorbitant amount of money for. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Obviously, the other 3 you're talking about, yes, they're high fees, but I don't know. But the problem, the time when I exorbitantly, I mean, the skill that we brought them for, and was it called the amount of money that we paid for them has not matched. That's what I mean.
That's six, right? So can I have my counterpoint to it?
So, bro, you just keep talking, man. Can't speak for once. Bloody hell.
Land your point on, man. Oh, good.
Like this, the point I'm trying to make at the end of the day is we keep on buying these players. Some of these players that are the school of us not there for high prices, right? That's what I'm trying to make. Now we go into this window. We're looking at a guy like Osimhen that's rumored to be the main target, right? Yeah. Am I willing to spend the rumored 120 million for him? Then that's the question you have to ask. No, I personally would not say that for a guy like him. Then there's another guy that we might be buying a centre back here. Who for 30-40 million. I don't mind those fees. That's what we should be targeting. A 30 to 40 million fee should be realistically what we targeted for some of these players. But not 120 million.
Make my
That's it.
Okay, wait, before you go, Curry, I just want to point out that he said he doesn't mind paying a 30-40 million fee for those players. Yes. But for someone like Sterling, he does mind. For someone like Cucurella, he does mind. Koulibaly, he does mind. But go ahead.
If I just quickly add to that, with the Sterling and Koulibaly, the more exorbitant thing about them was their salaries.
Yes, I agree with that more. Yes. I agree with that more, Oliver. Than
and I would also add, the reason why I said 30-40. How much did we buy my guy Sterling for? We bought him for 45 million. That's how much we brought him for. So again, that's above the price I'm looking at.
Curry, go ahead, Curry, go ahead, because I want you to talk, because I have so many things that I want to rebuttal, but you probably won't do it for me.
No, so we have 6 players, right? We have 6 players that he's counted as a door. Okay. Malagusto for 20 million. We're saying he's more than that right now. Yes or no? Cool. Dr. Fofana, we bought for 10. He has already 6 or 7 goals for Burnley. I'm pretty sure we can get him more than. He's going to go for more than 10 million that we bought him for. Yes or no? Cole Palmer, we can say, is going for more than we got him for. Yes or no? Petrovic is probably going for more than we got him. Yes or no? You could say Sanchez is more expensive. Fair enough. That's 7. I got 4 for you right now. Okay. Then we have, what do you got? I think Angelo we got for 10 million. He's average, but I think we can get more than 10 million for Angelo with even the performances he has right now. Okay. There's a lot of players that we have that are worth way more than the losses we have on these players.
Carneychuk,
yes, Carneychuk for 20 million. But yeah, I know he's been injured, but if he was playing consistently, I'm pretty sure we can get him more than the 20 million we got. Jackson, yes, for 30 million. It's probably at least 50 million. Richarlison, who's never been 14, has never had 14 goals in a season, went for 16 million by Tottenham. And if you're saying the stupid clubs buying stupid shit, well, someone bought a Mason Mount for 55 and then a Kai Havertz for 60. And then we found a Richarlison, and we're finding a Tottenham Hotspur willing to pay 50 million for Conor Gallagher, apparently. So there's always going to be a stupid club to buy stupid players for us. We bought a Morata for 60. And then Atletico Madrid bought Morata for 60 million again. So we're always going to find a dumbass to buy our players at these prices. So you can have a counter. You can say we overpaid for some of them, but some of them we have grossly underpaid for what they would be valued for now because they've grown or they're proving that they're way higher than they are now. You can't tell me Cole Palmer at 45 is not at least worth 80 million right now. You can't tell me Jackson for 30 million pounds we bought him for is not at least worth 50 because Richarlison was 60 and he's never scored 14 goals in a season, Richarlison, in the Prem.
One thing before you reply, Ahmed. I do need to also put this into context. At the time that we went to pay these exorbitant amounts for these players, like you're saying, Sterling, Koulibaly, Cucurella, all of us here on the panel, maybe not you, thought that was a bargain deal for those players. None of us expected them to flop. You're talking in hindsight as well.
You was like one of the top defenders in world football, apparently rated.
You need to also think about that in context. That at the time, none of us were expecting. Well, maybe Sterling is questionable, right? But none of us were expecting Cucurella or Koulibaly to quote unquote flop.
On the same token, though, Cole Palmer at 45 million in August looks steep.
Thank you.
All right, so I just wanted to say, the guys that the guys that Prior mentioned, I didn't mention them because they've already, when we bought them for the price we bought them, I was happy to buy them at a price. So
I get that, but if you're trying the losses, I'm also giving you the wins.
No, but the point I'm trying to make though is that the club at previous points in times have spent a lot of money on some players which were not worth it. That's all it is, bro.
Okay,
that's all the point I'm making.
But we asked you what players.
And I gave you those players. But
that's what I'm saying, though, Ahmed. That's what I'm saying.
So for me, the point I'm trying to make, the point I am trying to make here, is that we are now looking into this transfer window. All right, we can't do anything now, about these hotels that have been sold, everything that's been sold. I can't lie to you, boys. If we should really be looking at now, just 1-to-1. I'm just gonna be honest. If we're not in UCL football, we should be really looking at the one in and one out situation. You know, I'm sorry to tell you guys, if we are, you know, doing this thing about budgets and stuff like that, and transfer stuff, and it's meaning that we have to sell to our own selves, just to make sure that we're FFP reliant. That is an issue, guys. No, we can't lie to ourselves, there, boys. That's
okay. It's an issue long term. Real quick, CP, before you go.
For example,
it's an issue like for me. The point I'm trying to make, guys, it's an issue in the medium to long term. And for me, in the summer, we need to be buying smartly. Continue on again, as I said before, in the 30 to 40 million market. I'm trying to find a good place for that. We have scouts for that. We have scouts for that, man. I don't mind again going for 50 to 60 million if I'm going for a known quantity that I believe is going to improve the team. But when we are looking at 100+ million, is these guys like Osimhen worth 120 million? Be real with yourself, man.
I understand that. I understand that. CP, before you go, the thing is, like, you're saying that, like, you don't mind spending 60 for a known entity, right? That's fine. At the time, we spent 50 for a known entity in Cucurella that we all rated, and now you're criticizing that.
But the key word I said to you, Marshall, though, when I was saying that stuff, in hindsight now, when we're looking now, I didn't say before.
Yeah, in hindsight.
That's what I was saying.
But for you to come out and say and criticize that we've spent badly and we should be doing better in the, like, how do you know that right now? Like, if we get a known entity, in your opinion, like, I don't know, if we get
what's a striker that you would
want? Again,
don't say Tony, because everyone's cop out and every club's is Tony right now. Arsenal fans are saying.
But Ahmed, like, I mean, just give me entertain the hypothetical. Just give me an example of a striker or a winger or a center mid or a center back or a left back that you would be content Chelsea bring in that you think is a good profit or good investment.
Right now, okay. Let's.
There's that one left back that you rate. Right.
So okay. In terms of like left back, let's say if the club decided to spend on Theo Hernandez, right? Let's just say hypothetically speaking, they decided to go for Theo Hernandez.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Let's just be fair, right? Let's say he's costing around 60 to 80 mil, right? Yes. We get him on a profit. We get him like on a really sweet deal with Milan, whatever.
Yes.
Who's to say? Like, at the time, right now, we'd be happy with that. I would be happy with that. I agree with you. But who's to say in, like, next season, the motherfucker flops or he gets injured? Then in 2 seasons, we're criticizing the fact that we picked up an injury-prone player.
He's willing to pay 80 million for a left back, but striker, which is always the most expensive position, is only 20 million pounds more.
That's a fair point.
That doesn't make any sense.
The point I made, but a point wrong. But I said I'm happy with Jackson. I don't want to really, unless I can truly believe in this guy. I'm not spending that money. I know Theo Hernandez. I've seen him. I know what he can bring to the table, and I already know that. The problem with Osimhen is that I just don't rate him that as high as maybe other guys do, and I don't want to pay the release clause. That's what it is.
I don't know. I think I agree with you in the long term. Like, this isn't sustainable. Obviously, we can't be buying and reselling and whatever.
Bro. I will tell you, in the short to, I think it's short to medium term, because next season we can't do this. By the way, there's no assets left to flip. So,
exactly. I know. That's why I'm saying I agree with you. It's not sustainable. We can't do this next season. We can't do this 4 seasons from now, 5 seasons from now. I understand. However, if a loophole is there to be had, I don't understand what the issue is with having it. Because at the end of the day, we're talking hypotheticals like, what if it doesn't get approved? What if it does get approved? If it does, worst case scenario, it doesn't get approved. We now need to figure out a way to sell players and, hit the FFP, right? Best case scenarios, we sell players and we actually sell these assets and it goes through. And eventually down the line, there's a loophole or some trickery or something where we sell it back or whatever to make you happy. Or I don't know. Point being is that, like, if it's there to be had, I don't see why we shouldn't take advantage of it if it's going to help us in the long run.
And also, Marshall, the players that four of the players out of the 6 that he mentioned were pre-sporting directors, and Sterling and
that's true.
All that, okay, and we can say we've gotten better with our stuff because most of the good signings that I mentioned are after the sporting directors. Also, for 1-from-1, we're basically doing that. Thiago Silva's going out, and we're linked with a guy on a free called Tosin that we've been linked with more recently than Diamond. We're getting rid of Matheson for 35, and we're linked with a left back from Bournemouth who might cost 30 to 50, 35 to 50. So he might be just the same price as Matheson that we're selling for, or slightly more. We're getting rid of Armando Broja. We're trying to get rid for 20 million, but then we're bringing in another striker, an Osimhen or ex player here for one again. We're not over complaining. We're literally letting go of a center back, letting go of a left back, trying to sell a striker, and we're bringing those same players. We're not bringing in 5 more of those. We're bringing in literally 1 for 1. Some of them for literally free prices.
So currently not sustainable, boys. People can lie to themselves if they want to. Right now, we are not sustainable. That's just
we know
right
that.
Now,
that's obvious.
We all know right now it's not sustainable. We all agree with that. I think down the line, time will tell what will happen with the transfers, how we go about that. We need to make progress on the stadium. I think we all agree on that. And again, maybe if there's
Chelsea
another loophole to be had.
Again, I think the stadium thing. At times I think is slightly overblown. I don't really think that's. Yes, it's a big thing in terms of revenue, but again, there's other ways you can bring there's other ways you can do it. The stuff that they're doing now with the clothing, with the branding and that stuff, that's where I agree with you. You can do a lot more better there in the short to medium term to make it sustainable, whilst you sort out the stadium situation. That's all I'm saying.
I think even me and you can agree that the stadium upgrade is probably one of the most sustainable ways to make profit.
It is, but right now you can't do that in the short to medium term. That's what I'm saying.
I understand, but in the long term, it needs to be done as one. It's part of the contract of buying the club, and 2, in the long run, it's going to be an added bonus to sustainable financial fair play. So I think it does need to get done anyways, because the buying and selling of players isn't fully in Chelsea's controls. There's always going to be a second party or a third party involved with that, including agents and all that stuff. And the other part is the sponsorship and stuff. That's always going to vary depending on who's available, who's willing to pay a certain amount of money for a sponsorship, and where we are in terms of Europe and stuff. But while we're talking on transfers, I think this is a good segue for us to actually go into the next segment, which is talking about some transfer rumors. And we're going to start off with the first player that we have some links with, and let's look into it. And obviously this is the fun part for me, because I get to learn some players that you guys probably know about that I don't know anything about. So all right, let's go on to this part right here. Xavi Simon on loan. So we have some links to Xavi Simon. Let's go ahead and read Fabrizio Romano saying here: despite links with Chelsea, Paris Saint-Germain will decide on Xavi Simon's future at the end of the season. Conversations will take place in the next weeks. Nothing is concrete at this stage. Then we continue on. Luis Enrique: Xavi Simon stay or leave? No comment. He's on loan, and I'm not going to comment on players who are not part of the current squad. I keep following my idea on that. The expectation remains for Xavi to leave on loan again, as reported yesterday. So I know the player name, I just don't know his position. What? He's a cam.
And can play on the wings as well, like left or right.
So how do we feel about this player potentially being linked to Chelsea?
He's not coming to Chelsea. He's going to Bayern Munich. He's going to Bayern Munich. He's going to Barcelona. Sorry, Barcelona. He wants to go to Barcelona. It's already been confirmed.
Anyone else have thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think he's going to Barca.
Okay.
It fits. Enrique links anyways. And he used to be a Barca graduate as well. Before PSG.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I think regardless though, I don't think we'd be taking him on loan anyway, because that's what the proposition is here, that they're not trying to sell him yet. So
yeah, unless there's an option to buy him. That's
maybe, but I don't know.
Yeah, that is true, because I know Chelsea. I know we did it for João Felix, but I think in the long run, Chelsea do not want to spend money on loans.
And Felix had an option to buy too. I think Felix had an option to buy for 80 million that we didn't trigger.
Thank you, Winter Server. I was gonna say I haven't seen.
All right, I'll bring it up. Give me a sec.
Right, go ahead.
But anyways, yeah. But yeah, like João Felix was loan with an option to buy, I think, of 80 million that we didn't trigger. So if we do loan some, it's going to be with an option to buy for us. Otherwise, we wouldn't do it, because there's no point in developing a player who might be a baller for us and then being like, yeah, here you go, we're going to loan him back to you, and then pay exorbitant prices on top of that, like way exorbitant prices. Like, no thank you.
Don't we also have beef with PSG? So why would he even buy from them?
Yeah, Ugarte.
Are we happy with PSG? I mean, Ugarte.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, PSG have beef with us. I wouldn't say it's the other way around.
PSG were threatening us. Were threatening to snitch.
To UEFA, yeah.
Oh, that is true.
I'm pretty sure the club was not trying to have any, dealings. So.
Yeah, because they were upset about the whole
percentage of
stocks.
sporting.
The Ziyech was one, and the stocks percentage of sporting ownership. That was part of the deal for Ugarte. I do remember that. I mean, yeah. I mean, even if he is confirmed to go to Barca, let's entertain the hypothetical, Ahmed. Do you think he has a place at Chelsea?
Maybe on the left wing, maybe, but again, we have to check out what Nkuku is really saying again at the end of the.
That is true.
Yeah, again next season you got Chukwuemeka. Are we not gonna believe in Chukwuemeka anymore? There's another one. Ayers is about to come in January as well. People forget that, but January 2025, he's here now at the club. So
is he?
Yeah, he is.
Is he gonna be old enough?
Yeah, I think he's.
I thought he needed another season.
No, I don't think so. I don't think it's. I think it's
January 2025, something like that. I'm pretty sure he's here by then, if I'm not mistaken.
Can reply his age. No, he can't. It's gonna be summer. He just turned 17 right now. May 4th.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. So
on the hypothetical, I think one thing we're not factoring into this, and that is very important, is Pochettino, because the guy didn't even talk to Xavi Simons, whatever his name is, didn't even talk to him when he was at PSG. That's a quote from the player himself. Didn't even talk to him. So there's clearly I'd assume there's a bit of animosity there from the player side at least.
Okay, fair enough.
But if it's on loan, I would take him though. Depth. I get that Nkuku thing, and Nkuku's our player. And then if Nkuku gets injured, that's when Xavi Simons would take his left wing place instead of Mudryk. And if he performs great, we buy him with the option to buy him. If not, there you go. You're going back. I would take it.
Fair enough. And yeah, well, Ahmed, any luck? Did you find those links?
No, I'm busy playing something, so.
Oh, lovely. Okay. Lovely. Maybe you could show me after. But anyways, okay, so let's go on to the next link or transfer rumor we have going on for us, and it's pretty much the confirmation that this is no longer going to happen for us. No more Nico Williams. So we were heavily linked with Nico Williams, as mentioned a few times in previous shows, and I think this today now puts the nail in the coffin that it's not going to happen. So according to Ben Jacobs, Chelsea have been put off by the potential deal for Nico Williams. Not only are they well stocked in that position, but Williams wants more than £172 a week he currently earns. So probably upwards of £200 a week, which for a player that I don't know. He hasn't broken football in a sense. I know people are really hyped about him, but to come to the Premier League and play in the Premier League, he's still young. I think he's 22? Maybe not actually that even young. Nico Williams. He's 21. He's going to turn 22 in July. I mean, do we give this player over 200K a week? At 22.
No. If we're paying Nkunku 180, hell no.
The reason why he gets that pay, by the way, Athletic Club, is because they only buy people from the Basque region, and as such, they're willing to pay their top players the top dollar in it because it's sustainable for them.
I mean, they pretty much handcuff themselves with their transfer policy. So.
Yeah, and they don't have any transfer wages to really spend in it, so might as well spend it on player wages in it.
Hey, fair enough. Anyone else have disagreements on not getting Nico Williams? Also, apparently well stocked in that position. Is he a right winger or a left winger? I forget which.
He's both wings, but he's primarily right.
Yeah,
we are technically stocked in both positions. I mean, Palmer, Madueke on the right, and Sterling, and technically Jackson as well, and Mudryk on the left. So we are technically stocked. Whether or not you rate those players is another conversation, but we do have enough players in those positions from a quantity point of view.
Yeah, that is fair.
I don't think he's worth it. I don't think he's worth it.
Yeah,
like for 60 million, I know I'm getting a more injury-prone player guy, but I'm getting a guy who will produce better and is Prem proven in Elise, and he has 500 less minutes than Williams has currently. And because Williams has 11 goals and 4 assists, and Elise has 10 goals and 5 assists, and like a 1,500. Like in 18 games, he has 15 GNA. And if we have depth, like we think we do, then we can just rotate Elise, so he's not as injury prone. Because that's what we're hoping for Reece James. So, you know.
That I agree. I agree with that. I'm glad you brought up the Elise thing, because for that amount, I'd rather pay someone like who's proven, like Elise. Although he is injury prone, but we've seen that in the short amount of time that he has played, he's very impactful. So we'll see. We'll see. All right, let's go on to the next link that I found, or the next rumor, I should say. Not really a link. And I don't know if I want this player. I think this is a little bit of a link. Max Kilman. So, right here, according to Ben Jacobs, Chelsea have discussed Wolves center back Max Kilman internally, but nothing has progressed at the moment. Max Kilman, good enough for Chelsea? Do any of you guys rate him?
I think he's all right, bro. He's not bad.
Decent.
He's decent, man.
Decent. He's never been outstanding, though.
Napoli were close to buying him, actually, from Wolves last summer. And you know, he's a good quality player, very good. Obviously, he's been in a Wolves side, you know, not been so great, but him and Dawson have had a great, partnership under Gary O'Neill. So, again, I don't think he's bad, bro. So,
I don't think it's if he's bad or not. I think he's a decent center back. I feel like he would, if he wasn't, he wouldn't be in the Premier League anymore. But is he gonna be like a proper replacement for the Thiago Silva spot or potentially the Chalobah spot? I'd rather just keep Chalobah.
I mean, it would not be a replacement for Chalobah because he's a left centre back.
Well, I'm not saying replacement in the direct term. I'm saying for the spot that we have, a center back spot that's going to be opening up.
I don't know, to be honest.
I don't think you need to get an exact one-to-one replacement for Thiago Silva. You know, I think that's a bit crazy at times. I just think for me, you need to just get a good centre back that you can believe can evolve into that. You know what I mean? That's all it is. I don't think you need to bring in exactly Thiago Silva into the team. That's what it is, bro.
Yeah, but you want to bring someone that at least has the potential to hit those levels, a world-class.
I mean, this guy's been captaining. He's been captaining Wolves. They've been a very good defense this season, I would say. You know, I don't think there's anything wrong with him, honestly. You know, we brought Gary Cahill from Bolton. He was a very good, above-average centre back, and look how he turned out for us.
Let me look at the goal difference for Wolves. Goal difference for Wolves is -13.
But look how many goals they've scored, my friend.
I mean, they've got Cunha up front. You know, I know we made Cunha. I know we made Cunha look like prime R9, but he is terrible.
They also have been missing. Hwang had a really bad injury, by the way. He was on fire, by the way. Hwang, if you remember.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, Neto can't stay fit either.
Yeah. So you know, it's a bit unfair. You know what I'm saying to you. But look, you can see goals conceded. Look at the goals conceded then.
Oh yeah, I'm not. Hold on, I'm not on the Premier League site. Premier League. Okay, stats. Where the hell is the team stats? Club stats. Then we're looking at clean sheets, goals conceded. What am I looking at here?
Goals conceded.
I don't see a goals conceded.
I'll have a look. Hang on.
They've conceded 63 goals.
So not that many more than us.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, that's
mind you, they have a worse quality.
Oh, you know what I should do? Let's do FP Ref. Why not? FP Ref.
Oh, sorry, wrong one. I was looking at yeah. Goals for, goals against. Yeah, goals against is 63, and they scored 50 goals.
No, I mean he's decent. And how old is he? He is 26 years old. So I mean, time will tell. I think there's other players we've been linked with that are a little bit more interesting. But I mean, anyone else have any opinions on Max Kilman? All right, cool.
Not particularly, no.
Yeah, all right, cool.
No, I think that there's a better center back for free as well in Tosin's. I like personally who's the same age as him.
He's going to Newcastle, my friend.
We'll get to
Tosin. I don't know. You might know more about that than me. I don't know.
Well, we will get to
Fabrizio.
Fabrizio, we will get to Tosin's.
Okay.
Please, calma. We will get to Tosin's. So let's go ahead and continue on here. We have Sudakov to help Mudryk. So apparently Mudryk needs a friend, and we're linked with a friend. So Chelsea are stepping up their interest for Shakhtar Donetsk midfield talent Georgi Sudakov. They are understood to have held discussions with his representatives in the recent weeks to ascertain the figures involved, according to Simon Jones from Mail Sport. We have also here, Sudakov is close friends with Mikhailo Mudryk and has joked that his former teammate is missing him in London. There will be competition for his signature, but should Chelsea proceed, they have a good relationship with Shakhtar and Sudakov's representatives. I know nothing about this player. I'm not even going to pretend like I've heard of him before. I really know nothing. And I don't think these links are very strong at all. I think it's just... He's looking for a club, and Mudryk happens to be a close friend of him that came from Shakhtar, and now we're being linked to him somehow. I don't know if anyone thinks differently or if anyone even knows about this player, but by all means, the floor is yours.
I mean, I'll take this seriously just for the sake of the show and because it's a report.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to ever buy from Shakhtar ever again. I can't lie, man. So if Mikhailo Mudryk can play there and do very little, because he didn't play many games, he didn't score many goals, and he can get Ballon d'Or shouts, future Ballon d'Or shouts, then there's clearly something wrong with that environment.
Who's the Ukrainian guy that's at Girona? I'm confused because I thought that was the one. I thought he was called Sudakov, my friend.
No, this guy's a Shakhtar.
No, because there's a Ukrainian striker that plays for Girona, and I thought his name was also Sudakov.
I don't know, I'm afraid.
Oh, fair enough then.
It's Girona with an I, right? G-I?
Yeah, G-I.
Spanish club, right?
Okay. I'm just looking up.
No, you mean Dombik? Girona's Dombik?
Anyway, all joking aside,
yeah. Oh, my apologies then. It was Dombik. My apologies then. Yeah. I thought we were looking at him, not at Sudakov, to be honest.
Artem.
Yeah, Artem Dubryk, yes.
Anyway, all joking aside, I have no idea anything about this player, so I can't comment.
Yeah, I know nothing about him. I don't know if Ahmed or Curry Pirate know anything about him.
I saw him against Barca, but they were playing they were playing old men in it, so like it's not they're playing that old guy. The old guy that they have at striker with the black hair, so you know.
I don't know anything about him. And the last time we got a Ukrainian performing against a Spanish team, we bought him in because apparently Mudryk was cooking against Madrid. So no, thank you. I'm fine with that. No, thank you. I don't care if he's cooking against Barcelona with that defensive line. No, thank you. I don't care.
Fair enough. Just the way you worded that was funny. But okay, fair enough. Let's go on to what you guys seem to really want to talk about. And his name has been mentioned multiple times in this show already. Tosin. All right, let's bring up Tosin and let's let the debate begin, I guess, because I feel like we're going to have agreement or disagreement on this. So let's go ahead and bring up the first tweet I have on... Actually, this is the first... Yeah, it is. First tweet I have on Tosin right here. So... about a week ago or so, there was links that were brought up. Chelsea have asked for information on Fulham center back Tosin Adarabioyo. Did I say that right, Ahmed? How do you say his last name?
Give me a moment. Come on, Ahmed. Look. Tosin Adarabioyo.
Adarabio. Okay, that sounds right. In recent weeks, he will be a free agent in the summer. Then we continue here. Chelsea have asked on Tosin Adarabio, but haven't made an offer to date, and the player is still deciding his next move, according to Ben Jacobs. And then today, according to Fraser Guian, as reported on the 1st of May, Newcastle have been advancing talks with Tosin and are on the brink of capturing his signature. Defender had other offers, but Newcastle won most impressive. So it's not done yet, but it seems that Newcastle is leading the way. I'll look at Fabrizio in a second and confirm if there's anything on Fabrizio. But I mean, can you guys tell me about this? I haven't been paying attention to Fulham. Didn't even know this defender was in the team. So go ahead and, enlighten me.
Go ahead then.
I don't know anything about him, so someone else.
He's kind of like was the captain during this new revitalization, you could say, of the Man City youth. He's a pretty decent ball player, I think, in my opinion, and I think he's a good experienced player that we need in the Prem, especially if it's free, to be honest. I just think him and Kilman are on the same level as defenders. It's just that I don't know if Kilman's is on a free, so I'd rather take him on a free. And I don't think his wages would be way too much in demand, especially if we have a cap and if we're looking to get him. So I just think it's a shrewd buy more than anything else.
Do you think he'd be good enough for Chelsea?
I think of it as depth more than anything else. I don't think in the long term he's anything, right? We're still placing our bets on Fofana, and also we're looking at Diamande obviously as like our hopefully long term like position placements for the squad. I just think of him as experienced depth, like Premier League proven experienced depth. But if it's on a free, I'll take it. And if we get Europe, then that's fine because, we know how injury prone our players are. So, yeah, I just think of it as more of like a Thiago Silva replacement in terms of position and everything else.
So, I mean, if it's as a free agent, which it seems so, right? I think it is worth entertaining. How much he wants in wages, though, that's up in the air, and obviously we know we're very strict with the way we do wages. Obviously, we're more incentivized rather than the set wages that maybe other players would be interested in. But I mean, if it's for depth and he's as good as people seem to claim and people speak very highly of him, then. I wouldn't mind it so much. It does seem like a good idea, especially that he's on a free. But yeah, I mean, I don't really know much else to add on this. I don't know much about this player. And let's see, Fabrizio, here we go. I found a tweet that I think Ahmed was referring to. Let me go ahead and put this on the screen. Okay, boom. Newcastle want to sign both Lloyd Kelly and Tosin Adarabio as free agents. Plan progressing very well and fast. Kelly priority target as Newcastle FC are optimistic to make it happen very early in the summer. Talks also progressing with Adarabio, and he's set to leave Fulham. So he's set to leave Fulham, but nothing set in stone as if he's going to go to Newcastle yet. So no, here we go. So it's the same as what we were saying before. It's still up in the air. We don't know where he's going to go, but it looks like Newcastle are leading the forefront in terms of dealings with this player. I mean, Ahmed, I don't know if you mentioned it, but where do you stand on this player coming to Chelsea? Is he good enough for Chelsea?
I don't think we need him. That just might be just a hot take, bro. We have guys that
need a center back, or do you don't think we need this player?
I don't think that we need this type of player because we've got already another version of him that exists. So it's like
who?
Like we've already got guys that do the similar thing to like a Badia Show, like a Fafana, I would say even Levi Colwill. They're able to do what he does. So for me, we're not necessarily looking for a guy like him. I would say, I feel like we're looking for someone that's gonna be a bit more aggressive because we have guys that can be a bit more
like
relaxed.
A Rudiger type.
Yeah, we need a bit more of an aggressive centre back. I would say more so than anything, because Buddy Shaw doesn't work like this. By the way, this is the reason why Buddy Shaw has not worked out so well. His partner in crime, Disasi, for example, he's not aggressive enough. I would say he's not been aggressive enough because he's worried about Buddy Shaw, and then and I think in general they I don't feel like they work so well. You've then got the other guy that's worked with him alongside him, Chalobah. Chalobah also is someone that, I don't feel like he's as aggressive, you can say. Yes, he can be aggressive at times, but he's not as aggressive. I think am I saying something that's not
I think the only consistently aggressive centre back we have is Fofana, and to be honest, we shouldn't be factoring Fofana into any discussions
exactly
until we
and and I think for me, and I've said this before, the best partnerships here are the ones where you have the guy that's like your Ricardo Carvalho, bit more relaxed on the ball, can play the ball nicely, but is a sweeper. You know what I mean? Almost like he's not going to engage. You've got the other centre back to do that, then he will engage straight afterwards.
All right. Fair. You don't think Fofana can be that type of defender? Obviously, assuming he can stay fit.
I mean, yes, he can be if he does stay. Yeah,
Fofana's a broken toy, so why it's the wrong question to ask, to be honest.
I don't think it's the wrong question to ask. I think it's fair because we don't know what Fofana we're going to get next season. Obviously, we know he's injury prone. He has a history. But this season,
Marshall,
maybe it's a little different.
Marshall would be saying that they've been saying this about Fofana for every injury he's had. We don't know what Fofana going to get, and we get the injury prone one.
I get that. You could argue he had one season where last season he was injury prone. This season he got a freak injury that really set him back. It's an ACL. Obviously it happens. It's not like your regular, but it's not your regular. What I'm saying is like, it's not your regular every day-to-day injury. So if this season he had this season, maybe he has reoccurring injuries. Sure. Then we consider the argument that he's injury prone. And you could also make the argument that last season it was due to the lack of fitness in the group because we were having a lot of injuries as well. I don't know. I'm just throwing hypotheticals out there.
I don't think so because he had 6 notable knee injuries prior to that point. I mean, he was 21, 22 years old.
Yeah, but he never took care of it like he's taking care of his ACL now. He's got an operation.
So Leicester have a state-of-the-art medical facility, right? State-of-the-art, what's it called? A training ground. Are you telling me that Leicester weren't taking care of him?
I'm not saying Leicester weren't taking care of him, but he never needed to get surgery. He never needed a new ACL.
He's had back-to-back leg breaks, and I think he's torn something before, if I'm not mistaken.
That's not an ACL, and that's also but
he tore something else, bro. I think he tore his meniscus, if I'm not mistaken. No, he's torn his meniscus previously.
Yes, but again, he's had his knee ligaments, ACL, MCL, all the CLs reconstructed.
Didn't someone make the comment? Didn't someone say that he already tore his ACL before? No, I thought he torn his ACL.
No, I don't think so. And again, like you're saying, those aren't reoccurring injuries. Those were normally, if you get that injury, it's very rare it happens a second time. If we want to talk about injury-prone, reoccurring injuries, we talk about the Reece James injury, right? The hamstrings. That could definitely happen again. We don't know. He did have serious knee injuries at Leicester, but none that really put him off for the whole season.
He did. He was out for multiple seasons, Marshall.
Are you listening to what I'm saying?
No, but he had the injury with his knee that meant he was out for a whole season. That's what I'm making. That's what I'm telling you, Marshall.
What season under Leicester did that happen?
I'm gonna get up now. Give me one hot moment. I'm literally gonna get up right now. By the way.
Okay, let me look it up. Wesley Fofana transfer market, right? Wesley Fofana transfer market. Let's look up his injury history. Where is this thing? Career.
Ahmed, I think you're thinking about the leg break, right?
Yeah, he must be thinking about the leg break. Again, not a reoccurring injury. That's a freak injury. The leg break, which is a broken fibula, and other than that, knee injury in 1920 when he was in France. That had him on the 1920 season.
Oh, 19.
Where he was out for 17 games. He missed 17 games. Other than that, he had a knee injury that had him out Wait, no, yeah, a knee injury that had him out for 17 games his first season. Came back, was out for 9 games. Now the blown out ACL, where it's completely come off the bone. He's getting it reconstructed. So it's all been knee injuries, and there's been one hamstring strain at Leicester that had him out for 8
Marshall.
games.
So Marshall, if I may, 1920 knee injury out for 56 days. 1920 again, knee injury out for 19 days. 2021 knee injury out for 12. 2021 knee injury out for 6 days, right? And then he's had 2022, 2023 knee injury at Chelsea 71, 2022, 2023 knee injury 55 days, and now he's had the cruciate ligament term. So, you know, whether you want to admit or not, he has had continuous knee injury problems.
I think he said that, didn't he?
Yes, I did. Like,
Even I came back and I heard that.
I don't know what's going on with you, Ahmed, today. I feel like you're not listening to me at all. What I'm trying to tell you, the question was... Wait, you know what? Hold on. I got you. The question was... If you take away the inconsistent knee injuries, he's had a knee rebuilt now, and he had the freak injury with the fibula where he got it broken against Valencia, I believe, or Villarreal. If you take that away, this season, we don't know for certain if he's injury prone, right? And how long he's going to be out for. Do you think if he has a decent season, do you think he's going to be that aggressive defender this season?
No.
Is my point. Because you said he's a broken toy. And I'm like, technically, we don't know because now he's being treated for that knee injury that's made him that injury-prone player. Kind of how, like, Reece James, you can claim he's a broken toy, but now he's fixed that hamstring injury. Fofana has fixed that knee injury. Let's not assume he's a broken toy. Do you think he's good enough to be that aggressive defender?
But
that was the question.
Marshall, just before Ahmed goes, we don't know until we know.
We don't know about Reece James as well until we know. So
now that's the point, though. We have to.
Yeah, exactly.
We can't jump to conclusions on anything, him being fit or unfit until
in the hypothetical that they are now fixed. That was my question. Is he that aggressive center back that you think is good enough to fill that role, or do you still think we need to get another defender?
We do not need to buy another center back.
You know what,
well, Chris, you just came back, Chris. But
you know what, man?
The argument that Ahmed had, real quick, hold on, let me fill Chris in. Let me fill Chris in, all right?
I can't get the gist of this whole Fofana thing.
Let me let you know just in case. The gist of the argument was that we're linked with Tosin's, right? And I asked Ahmed, do you think this is good enough for Chelsea? And Ahmed said, we have too many profiles like him in Badiashile, in Colwell, so on and so forth. And then I told him, so you're looking for someone more aggressive, like a Rudiger. And so now we're talking about, is Fofana that Rudiger replacement? That's what I'm asking you. Assuming he is now going to be fit.
Fofana, to me, he's our most talented centre-back, I think, if he's fully fit. I think Fofana's there, and he is quite aggressive centre-back.
Poching! Staffy knows, man. Staffy knows Poching.
No, well,
stop derailing, bro. Focus on the damn question. I've had to tell you this question. We spent way too much on this segment because I've had to re-question the question.
I will say with this whole injury thing as well, he's on his last chance for me. Like, after all these surgeries and all that, we need to see where he's at because he's barely played for Chelsea since he's joined. He's barely played for us. And now he's had these surgeries. Like you said, he's had a new knee, whatever that is. And yeah, like I do like Fofana. I think he's our best defender if he's fully fit. I think he will be if he's fully fit. But it's just about being fully fit. I actually do like him, but it's just I need to wait for he's fully fit, by the way. But yeah, Staffy, Ten Hag should be like staying at your club. Your club is in the shit, by the way. No, like that squad is not even existent. You want to talk about our squad wanting Ten Hag out, but yeah.
Listen, man. Again, big up to Staffy, Poching. But listen, as we say, moving on, listen, again, I just think for me, you're saying this, this guy's been consistently injured, though. He's been consistently injured. Like, I don't know what is leading you to believe, just fixing an ACL is going to change the game for him. I'm going to be so real. It doesn't at times. You just look at a guy that's playing in the very league that you're looking at, Zaniolo. back-to-back ACLs.
Yeah.
Right.
Listen,
so
I'm just
and then the argument you made about Reece James is invalid because we can say it's fixed, but we don't know if that means he's going to be able to play 3 games in a row. Some guys, you know, they literally said to you, about that same thing that said the same surgery he had.
Right now.
No. But the thing is,
bro,
it's been stated
entertain the hypothetical.
No, I'm not.
So then let's move on. We don't need to discuss this anymore. You're fine. You are set that Fofana is a broken toy. So next season, if he's able to play, stop. Because I have so much to talk about. I don't want to keep dwelling on this and keep asking you the same fucking question over and over again. What is going on, bro?
This is not
Bible, man. Pull it down.
Pull it down. Me attacking and doing jujitsus and everything. This is the real world, Marshall. Okay, we can't be the hypotheticals in the real world. Remember, it's not Naruto. Thank you.
Oh my god. What's happened here with the new...
Are you done?
I think he is.
Are you done? Okay, cool. I can fucking host my fucking show. God fucking damn it. Okay. Anyways. Fuck off. Fuck off.
It's final say, man. That's brilliant.
What I was saying is that with Fofana, we don't know what's going to happen, right? He completely has rebuilt his ligaments on one knee. He has a brand new fucking knee. Who knows? Next season, the other knee gives out. I don't know. I'm just trying to entertain the hypothetical that if he is available, if he is top-notch fit, then do you think he is the aggressive center back for Chelsea? And do you think we even need to go into the market? Obviously, I don't agree. I don't think so. I think we still should get another aggressive center back. But that was the question I wanted to ask you, Ahmed. Instead, Chris understood the question better than you did, and it gave me an answer. Instead, with you, Ahmed, I've had to go on for 15 fucking minutes just to get an answer out of you because you're a professional fence sitter and troll. Fuck my life. But okay, you know what, Ahmed? I'm going to go on to the next question. I'm going to go on to the next topic, and you are not going to be allowed to answer this anymore. And you know what? I could be such a troll to you, Ahmed, but I'm so kind that I'm going to let you have a say on this next one because I know you want to say something about this player. Okay? So we're going to move on. I don't want you to bring up Fofana, or I will put you backstage again. All right? We're going to move on. Let's talk about... Oh, fuck off. Now my mouse isn't working. Let's talk about Hakim Ziyech. He's moving on. No, Ahmed! We're not doing it. We're not doing it, Ahmed.
Wait, Marshall.
No, Ahmed. Talk about Ziyech.
I'm going to engage in hypothetical.
Oh, my fucking God. I'm going to fucking kill you. I'm going to fucking kill you.
Yes, he can be the aggressor. No, he can't be the aggressor as you're saying. It's just that I don't believe in him. That's the difference, bro. All
right, cool. No, that's fair. That was quick, concise. Before I was able to put you backstage, I was about to put you backstage. All right, let's talk about Hakim Ziyech, for fuck's sake. All right, I'm hearing Hakim Ziyech move to Galatasaray will become permanent, and Chelsea considers this done, and he is one of their players moving forward. Ahmed, for you, there you go. I'll just... You have won the war on this one, Ahmed. What do you have to say for yourself?
MashaAllah, man. First of all, we say Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim for this one because, you know, I can't lie to you, it was amazing. And I heard this, you know, I couldn't believe it in my eyes, man. I'm so happy, man. Listen, you know, Ziyech, he broke my heart. You know what I mean? Ziyech, he broke my heart. You know what I mean? There's some players, I was rating this. I actually believed in this guy, man. You know, but I should have known. It was a warning sign when a 28-year-old was in the Eredivisie and was not getting moved on multiple times. You know what I mean? That's my fault. You know what I mean? That's my fault. That's on me. You know what I'm saying, boys? You know, but listen, he's gone now.
That's enough.
You know what I mean? He's gone now. He's cooked. You know what I mean? Thank you. We're going to get some money off of him. And that's it, bro. Let's keep it pushing.
How much money we going to get off this guy? 10 million?
Like... Not even. I think it's like
probably the same amount of money as Cho. It's the same money as Cho. I think it's 5 million or 3 million.
It's like, honestly, we might as well just give him away on a free. It's that bad. Like it's
3 million. It's really small. It's 3 to 5 million. Yeah. No. So the loan, the loan was free, that we did. It was a free loan, but it was with the idea that they would buy him for a certain amount of money, which was 3 million.
I also keep forgetting what he
has
played.
nothing to do with the okay, this guy.
Safi's not lying, bro. You know what I mean? The way I jab you up,
you have filled my troll meter. Pause. Okay, to the point where like I can't take any fucking trolling right now. Any trolling.
You know what it is, man. You know with Marshall, I just know how to play Marshall. You know what I mean? I know his game plan. You know what I mean? He just can't beat my press. He can't beat my counter-attacking football. He can't beat my style of play from the back. GK. You know what I mean? You know what I mean,
how many shows have we done together? Your press success rate is Mason Mounts, okay? You're better off the bench.
Listen, I am the greatest, man. I'm the greatest. Right now, I feel like I'm in my peak right now, man. This is peak.
This is right actually, isn't it? You just explained it to him. I was too busy just focusing on this shit.
Yeah, so basically, remember, he's in his last season, basically. But we did a loan for free with that idea that would become permanent, and we would get a small free of 3 million, I believe.
Yeah, so they ended up getting him on a 5. Yeah, I remember now.
Yeah.
But I mean, Chris, Oliver, any thoughts on Ziyech? Will you miss him?
Goodbye, Ziyech.
Ta-ta.
Huh?
Ta-ta? Really?
Yeah, man. Definitely something they say in Shrewsbury, man. You know what I mean? Hey man, big up.
I don't know what to say about him. I honestly
big up.
I keep forgetting we have this guy.
I'm bringing viewers, Marshall, man. I'm bringing viewers to Casually FC. I'm bringing viewership to Casually.
We're obviously not gonna miss this guy. How old is he now? Like 33?
He's in his 30s.
He's only 31. He's only 31. Let's go a bit too easy. You know, Chris is trying to push an agenda, man. You know what I mean? He's an old man.
I'm not pushing. He is an old man. Like he is an old man. Like.
What? He wasn't an old man. Come on,
it's not man for football too. For him, it is anyway. He feels.
You know what, man? I'll be honest, man. 31 is.
He is falling apart, to be honest, though. No, but Ziyech is falling apart. Let's be honest, though. That guy is so injury prone.
You know, I was gonna say, bro, 31 in footballing terms is not old anymore. I'll be very real.
I look at Ziyech. I look at an old man.
Look.
God damn.
Oh, you know what, Chris, man? Chris is a big fan of Brennan Johnson, so we just got to move on. You know what I mean?
Brennan Johnson is clear.
Are you really, Chris?
No. I'm not.
No.
Chris is
what the fuck?
Chris is
I know you're Welsh, but like, you know, I mean,
Brennan Johnson is clear of Ziyech. He's clear. That doesn't take much.
Yeah, Chris. Yeah.
I'd rather Pulisic over Ziyech.
I mean,
fucking
that's fair.
minerals, bruv.
Like,
damn.
You know,
I was kind of like
Brendan
you.
Johnson's got the minerals, huh?
I was kind of like. Sorry. I was gonna say I was kind of like Ahmed. I really wanted the guy, and then he just disappointed me. Like after like 6 months. That's what it was.
What are you gonna say,
Marshall?
Oliver?
I dare you. I just want to say before Oliver goes, Marshall, I dare you to do any Ziyech prop today. I dare you to do any Ziyech prop.
No, I'm not. I literally just told you this guy's an injury prone ass player.
Thank you very much, Marshall.
He's washed in a sense, yeah.
MashaAllah, thank you.
Okay, what are you gonna say, Oliver?
Do you know why? Do you know why I said that? You know what? Yeah, Marshall. You know he used to troll me, Marshall. Do you know when Marshall used to troll me about Ziyech? Saying Ziyech, you know, Ziyech is so good. You know, look at the crosses. If Hammers used to get his head to it, or Hammers could pass it. Marshall knows. You remember Marshall? I used to get so irritated at Marshall when he used to do that.
Staffy, he give Anthony for a run for his money, man. He give Anthony for a run for his money.
Marshall actually used to piss me the fuck off when he used to do that. I can't lie to you, bro. Well,
I didn't know. Wait. We gotta remember. No, but Ziyech. Listen, I do appreciate Ziyech in the sense he gave us some classics.
I'm always losing. I'm just losing, man.
I was just because of Ziyech.
Hey, listen, man.
That was because of Ziyech.
Oh, wow.
I've got 3 classics I want to talk about right now. So the obvious one, the Spurs goal. That was unbelievable. Again, we can't act like it's been all bad. As much as the majority of it was bad, that Spurs goal was beautiful. The second thing, when Ahmed went to Amsterdam to try and close the deal, top guy, man, but we couldn't get it done early enough. You know what I mean?
Oh my god! I forgot. Yeah, the stream when I went to
I forgot. Yeah, you went to Ajax. You stood on the desk and everything. It didn't work out.
I have a picture right now. 1 second.
Put it on your profile picture. Yeah, please.
And then
that was great.
And then
This club killed me, bro. I swear to God, man. I remember I went to Ajax itself literally to get this done. No, man. I hate Ziyech so much, bro. You know what I mean?
No, that guy gave us some good times, bro.
Oh, man.
You gotta remember also, Oliver. Also, he was
that
the season we won the Champions League. He was the Man City killer. He was the Man City dagger.
Actually.
He was the Man City dagger. He scored in every single Man City tie. It was beautiful.
Yeah, that was crazy. I got one more thing, and this was probably the funniest moment of Ziyech. When this is last summer, he failed his medical before Pulisic. How was that possible?
You remember that stream as well? I remember. I literally went crazy that stream as well. When he failed, I was like, no. Oh my! Ziyech actually has given me the worst moments as a Chelsea fan.
I'm bringing back Ahmed's Vietnam flashbacks right now. Like, oh my God!
He's giving me crazy stuff, man. You know what, man? This is insane.
That's great. Did you
I
find
found
the?
it. Yeah, I found the picture.
Right,
I just
hold
need to
up.
download them. Give me a second. I'm just downloading it.
Yeah, do your thing, man.
Now.
I mean, we also got to remember the good times where we didn't fax over the papers in time.
Oh,
last January.
God, do you remember after Leeds when he flew to Amsterdam?
He took the plane. He wanted to meet up with Ahmed. It didn't happen.
My guy was so desperate, man.
Marshall, share screen.
There you go.
Remember, I was really at the facility, boys. I was there, bro. I was waiting for you. I was doing deals for you, Ziyech, bro.
Let's
Honestly,
get it right.
I even have more pictures. Look at this. This is. I was there. Ziyech, I was just there to get you done, bro. You see, look, I even had people. Look at this. People were there.
He was negotiating with people, bro.
Look, I had them. People were ready to sit there, man. You know, I was. Look at this, man. Look at that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Look,
Wait, didn't you take a picture of? They have his kit up there, don't they? Like as in a frame or some shit.
I think I do. I think yes, I do. Bro, I literally I was there, bro. I had them all. You know, Kudus Nation.
Oh shit,
I was
Kudus,
there.
yeah.
I was there for Kudus Nation, bro. You know what I mean? Man,
A bottle of water. You had a bottle of water. Yeah, nice.
You know what I mean? Look, I was there. I was the manager with him. I was trying to get him off the flipping thing. It didn't work, man. I was there. You see everything ready. Didn't happen, man. You know what, man? He killed me, man. He on that day. I think I have some more pictures here. I think I have his Ziyech shirt. 1 second, let me bring that up, man. I was there.
Ooh, that's cool.
Oh, you have a Ziyech shirt?
Well, he took a picture of it.
Neymar, Torres.
Oh yeah, it's coming up. I know it's coming up.
Bergkamp, Ronaldo. Nah, I don't think he's there. Look at this, man. King Eden. You know what I mean? When I was there. Pogba, Messi. I don't think I have his. I don't think I have his thing. But maybe it's at the end. 1 second.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But look, man, I was at Ajax, man. I was trying to get the deal done for Chelsea. I was trying to give Todd Boehly with Stanley the deal, but they didn't want it, man. You know what I'm saying? They didn't want it, man. It was insane, bro.
I just want to point out, ladies and gents, smash those like buttons for Ahmed's valiant efforts to get rid of Ziyech on an actual transfer fee and not on a free like these clown owners have done. It's really cool, though.
Suarez was there. I saw Suarez's one, but I never found his one, I think. Yeah, he's on here somewhere. He's on here somewhere, though. I'm very sure. Bro, man. I think he's here, isn't it? Hakeem, hey,
oh, right there. Up. Right there. Above Frankie de Jong. Right there.
You see that I was there, man. I was there to get the deal fucking done, and he couldn't leave the club. He couldn't. I tried. The PSG tried. Then Al Hilal, if it was tried, it wasn't happening. I can't. Galatasaray, man. That's why I'm a Galatasaray fan for life, man. I'm a Galatasaray fan for life. You know what I mean? Because what they did for me. Galatasaray Nation, man. Thank you very much.
I will say though, speaking on the Galatasaray loan, man, he actually his performance against United was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. With the Onana mistakes, man. That was he literally gave this guy his only highlight of the season. Onana.
Thank you. We appreciate you, Staffy, for giving us those wonderful moments.
My guy scored 2 free kicks on Onana.
Oh my God, bro, we're a joke,
Yes.
bro. We're a joke. We're a joke.
We're
a joke. Wallahi, we're a joke, bro.
You're a joke. When Ziyech
breaking news from Fabrizio Romano. Chelsea has spoken to the agents of Assesment and Sesko apparently.
Ooh, okay. Can you send me that link? Because we're gonna, we're probably gonna be talking about that very soon.
All right, bro.
Okay, so let's actually go on and discuss the next thing I wanted to bring up with you guys, which is a potential replacement for Kepa Arrizabalaga. Let's discuss because people want to forget that Kepa is still a Chelsea player and he's coming back this summer, unfortunately. Oh, yeah.
Marshall's #1 fan, man. You know what I'm saying?
Let's not.
He a fan.
Yeah, well, let's go ahead and discuss this. So, Fabrizio Romano on Jordan Pickford and Kepa Arrizabalaga. I'm aware that there have been reports interest in signing Jordan Pickford this summer. My understanding is that Pickford's situation could be one to watch in general, but it depends on Everton. At the moment, I'm not aware of contacts with Chelsea, but let's see what they decide to do on goalkeeper position in general. Also, Kepa will return, so there are already 3 important goalkeepers at the club that this will be a topic before bringing in a new one. Then we have here Kepa Arrizabalaga will return to Chelsea, but Chelsea will try to make some profit with him, and he will be made available for transfer this summer. This man was twerking hard for Real Madrid, and wasn't he was a bench player for them. Oh my God, they got him to replace Courtois and Lunin. Fucking
guys,
still
can I
played
say,
over
man?
him.
Let's hope, I want to say, man. Let's hope, him winning La Liga and hopefully UCL can boost his price a bit and make him a bit more marketable. Let's hope, man.
I don't think it's
Don't hold your breath.
Boost up, after this
season
because he got replaced by a third choice Ukraine keeper.
Yeah.
You never know, bro. You never know, man.
I mean, I'm trying to think. Man United won't need him. Nah, he's no, I can't. By Unique? Neuer? Finished?
You got another guy, bro.
One Finnish guy for another, you mad?
And that finished quality is a lot better than this finished quality. Yeah. You can still think
we
about
can
it.
stand to the streets.
All right, there you go. Fair enough. But what the fuck does that even mean?
Yeah, man. We're talking to Chris here. She belongs to the streets.
This is what I'll say though, and I'll entertain this because I think this is a good target for us next season. Apparently, we are sparking interest for, Emiliano Martinez. Now, Chelsea are expected to reignite their interest for Aston Villa goalkeeper Emi Martinez as their search for a new #1 intensifies. We have some stats here for 2023-2024, and it's impressive. Goals prevented, we have Emi Martinez in first with 8.2. Goals prevented per 90, 1.2. First in the Premier League. Crosses caught, 39. First in the Prem. Keeper sweeper regains. I didn't even know that was a stat. But 35, which is the first in the Premier League. And headed clearances. First in the Premier League as well. Now, I understand that Emi Martinez isn't the best at distributing from the back. That's fine. For me, I really genuinely do not give a crap about the whole distribution from the back. It's I think there's too much onus on that. I mean, Staffy, you could speak for me on this one. Onana was picked up for one of the sole reasons that he was ranked so highly and that he was acquired for United. Has it helped United much? Can't really say it has.
I blame Ten Hag personally, but
sure.
Maybe Staffy thinks differently as a United fan.
Yeah, I would be interested to see what Staffy says in the chat, but I personally would entertain Emi Martinez for 3-4 more seasons or something. Because right now I feel 31? Like he's up there in age. I'll look it up.
If he's around 31, he probably has like 3 years in him. Probably, maybe. This depends.
31. You're right, Chris. Right on the money.
Yeah, he can probably last like 35, maybe 34, like between that age, and we could have a few good years. It's depending on how much he's going to cost Chelsea as well. I would be okay 30 million to 40 million tops for Martinez, because Martinez is the best 1v1 shot stopper in the world. I think that guy is a demon when it comes to 1v1. He makes himself look so big. Feet, like he can save with his feet really well, with his hands. It's just, yeah, like you said, kicking from the back is bad, but I don't care about that sometimes with keepers. I just want a keeper to be good at saving. And that's how I stand by with keepers normally.
I don't know about everyone else that hasn't talked yet, but I don't think he's very bad from the back. Like, the thing is, you're not going to get Edison from him. You're not going to get Onana from him where he's incisive.
Yeah.
But he doesn't make mistakes. I think that's the baseline you have to have for any goalkeeper. You don't make mistakes on the ball, whether you're incisive or not. You are not passing it straight to the opposition striker. He doesn't do that, so therefore I don't really care. Everything else from him is top notch.
I was gonna say, like, as long as the manager, say we got Poch next season, doesn't ask too much of him, like passing wise and all that, playing from the back, then we should be fine with that. Like, it should be fine. And Petrovic can learn things of him as well. Petrovic is a young keeper, so we shouldn't it's not a bad thing on Petrovic, because Petrovic is 21, 22, so it's got years now.
I mean, talking of what the manager would want from him, you'd have to use Petrovic as an example. And I don't think Poch asks a lot of him from build-up play. He's not trying to find the midfielders all the time and make risky passes. Petrovic can pass short well. Maybe his long game isn't that great, but it's definitely not like Pep, where Edison is like key to the build-up. So it is a bit different, and you're less reliant on the ball playing.
Ahmed, what do you think, man?
I just don't think we need a GK again. If our M next season is top 4, there's no point of us getting a goalkeeper. That's what it is for me.
I mean, okay, you know what? I think you're right in that sense, because we're seeing Arsenal get top 4, and I don't think Raya is a top 4 keeper.
Top 4, the challenger for the league of it.
Yeah, they're challenging the league.
Raya's going to win the Golden Glove.
Yeah,
which is really, really unfortunate in my opinion.
And again, I just think for me, again, and I'll repeat again, we've got, as long as you have a good defense, Petrovic, I think, we've seen it before. He's able to have good games. Again, he's just a young GK that's probably going to need a bit of time. You know what I'm saying to you? That's all it is, bro. And the club's mistake was buying Sanchez and thinking that he was going to be a good starter. That's what the club's mistake was.
But go ahead, Chris.
I was going to say, I'd rather buy a keeper for 30-40 million over spending 40 to 50 million on centre-back, by the way. I'd rather do that. I still rather do that, because I
would disagree, because only because of the situation right now that we're in. Because we need a starter right now. We need a starter.
We have starters.
We need a starting right centre-back, bro. We need a starting right centre-back.
Disasi
is not a starter.
He's not a starter.
We already knew that, bro. The memory.
I think he will be a good starter. I just think Poch's system this season has made every centre back look poor, and he's looked like the best.
Not really, because it's not even that. Because the club, the reason why we brought Disasi initially to the club was so that he could be a future backup for us. That was the whole point of Disasi, by the way. I think a lot of us have just forgotten.
Like we've seen Thiago Silva drop off a cliff. We've seen Badiashile drop off a cliff from last season, and they was unreal last season. So I don't think it is down to fully Disasi and all that. I just think our system's pretty shit this season in defence. I do like Disasi. I think he's pretty good, and we got, hopefully Fofana stays fit, because I think Fofana is a vice centre back. I know we shouldn't rely on him.
Yes.
Yeah, he is.
The problem at the club right now, we have a lot of left-sided centre backs, and again, I know a lot of people are loving Chalobah, but again, I just don't think Chalobah is starting material, man. And I will say, and I will repeat that again.
I agree.
If you want to win,
starting material.
So as such, for me, unless you keep him as a bench option, but you really got the Sarti there, it's pretty useless to have. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty useless to have at this point. So that's all it is, man. We just got to think realistically. We've got to think realistically, boys.
We have a lot of right-sided centre-backs to buy another one, by the way. We have 4. That's insane.
But we only have 3. What are you talking about? Disasi, Chalobah, and Fofana.
Oh, yeah, 3. I don't know why I had 4 from football.
Yeah.
I think Thiago Silva.
And again, if we're being honest, boys, Fofana, is a broken goods. We don't know if this guy's going to even be fit enough to play for us regularly. Even if he comes back, are we sure that he's going to be consistently healthy? That's a worry. Chalobah, yes, he's played good in games, but there've been games where he's not been great and he's shown his level. Mm-hmm. Yes, this season I would say yes. There's been games in this season where he's not looked so good.
I can number one, and that's just when he just started.
But hold on, boys. Like I don't want to distract too much from the main topic, which is a keeper. And I wanted to ask you guys. I mean, I know right now. I know Ahmed's stance is that he doesn't feel like we need a keeper. I mean, I where I stand on it is that like. If we get Martinez, for example, I think he's a keeper that we can keep for minimum 3 years, I would say. Is it likely? I don't think so, but I think it's a keeper that we can keep for a minimum of 3 seasons. In that time, we could start like developing someone like Petrovic, or even looking in the market for someone who is the next, hot commodity like an Onana or a Maignan. So, I mean, I ask Chris and Oliver, you guys' question, like, where do you stand on the keeper situation right now? Because we still don't have, like, a set keeper that's going to be here as part of the spine.
Like I said before, like with the keeper, I would take Martinez, yes, because he is the best 1v1 shot, like, demon. Like, he is unreal in 1v1 situations as a keeper. I think he's one of the best in the world when he does that. He's one of the top like shot stoppers in the world as well. Like, we've seen it in World Cup, we've seen it for Aston Villa. I would happily take Martinez. Martinez is a top keeper, I think. In the Premier League, I would rate him probably top 3. He's with Onana, like, level-wise. I think he's a definitely better shot stopper than Onana and all that, but Onana's obviously better on the ball, but I don't care about that ball work, to be honest. So, yeah, I'll take Onana. Like I said, I don't think we need to send him back. I'd rather spend that money on the keeper, because I'm not 100% sure on Petrovic, and I'm pretty sure, Ahmed, you're not 100% sure on Petrovic, by the way. Aren't you the one asking questions about Petrovic? Or is it? I think I'm getting confused with Will, because we talk about in Discord.
Yeah, Will.
Yeah, it's Will. My bad. It's my
For me, again, I always maintain the same mentality, which is that he's a good player. I think he just needs time, and he's gonna make mistakes. So at the end of the day, are we willing to stick with that, or do we just want proven straight away? That's what it just comes down to. And if that's the case, you have to blame the football club, because again, the football club decided to choose Sanchez as our starting footballer, a goalkeeper, rather than bringing in someone much better than Sanchez.
Yeah, I agree on that. I was not a big fan of Sanchez, by the way, Ahmed. I was not a big fan of.
Not many people were. But for some reason, I don't know.
Any difference to Kepa. I remember saying from the start.
I think in regards to the Martinez stuff, I think a good question is: are we going to break the wage for him? Because he's probably going to look for 200K.
That is true. That is true.
Yes, of course he is, bro.
I mean, Chris, he's a World Cup winner, and he's going to be. That's the thing that people brought up in the chat, and I think it's very valid. Is he going to give up Champions League for us? Because now Villa are in a Champions League spot. They pretty much they're set. Right? They can't lose it.
It's confirmed. I'm pretty sure points mathematically is fine anyway. Because Tottenham have to play only 2 games, and they're 7 points behind, so they can't get there. It's impossible.
Mm-hmm.
Now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, Chelsea a bigger club, and yeah, we have to offer him a higher wage to convince him. So yeah, you are right. Is he worth 200K a week? Probably. He probably still is. It's not like outrageous wages. I thought we were 180 for
again, no. Again, the issue is not is he worth it or not. The issue is the club willing to pay. That's the difference.
Get rid of Kepa and Sanchez. The wages drop from them as well. Like, go to him.
They're not gonna get rid of Sanchez after 1 season, bro. I don't know how to tell you that. They're never gonna get rid of.
If we buy another keeper, surely we might.
No, man. I know. Obviously, they did that. I know they obviously did that with my guy, Koulibaly. But they're not going. Yeah, but Koulibaly was a special instance.
But maybe they do, because like Sanchez was really.
We would have again had news and rumors about Sanchez if he was leaving.
That is true. We haven't heard anything. Yeah, we'll wait. But I mean, as of right now, I don't think he's going. Oliver, your thoughts on Emi Martinez potentially?
Okay, I think I'm a bit on the side of where Scott has been, and also what Ahmed has said today. I think we can get top 4 with a Petrovic level goalkeeper.
Okay.
If you're looking to win a league title, that's when it's mandatory that you have to upgrade. At the same time, I wouldn't say no to Martinez right now because he is top class. And, well, like Chris said, the 1v1 shot stopping is just top. He commands his area because that is one question you have to have of Petrovic recently, regardless of what your overall opinion of him is. He isn't the best at commanding his box. He can sometimes flap at the ball, so you're not going to get that with Martinez. And he's got experience, but a very high level of experience. Like I know I'm not an experienced merchant, but winning a World Cup, I mean, that kind of speaks for itself. You just, when you have an option to put some of that in your team, you just need to take it.
Fair enough. I agree. They're best keeper in the league. I honestly think Alisson, then him. It's really second best, I think. But hey, who knows? It's all opinion based at the end of the day. Like, some people rate Ederson highly. I don't. But at the end of the day, we will see. We don't necessarily agree on what the best course of action is for a keeper, but I would entertain. I mean, Martinez, I like him alive. Always liked him. So we continue on from there. But ladies and gents, before we continue on, as always, we are about to get into the big meat and potatoes of today's show, which is the Estevao Willian links and all the other stuff as well. But before we do so, ladies and gents, be sure to smash up the likes, subscribe if you're new here, because we are on our way to 3K. And then do all the rest of the fun stuff, as you guys already know. And leave a comment down below. Let us know if you got to this point of the show. Give us some fire emojis or something, just to let me know. But let's go ahead and also I do want to say we did change the stream to a more responsive one, the ultra responsive. So there might be a little bit less of a delay between chat and us. So let us know in the chat if how the responses have been. If we've been pretty quick with it, then more than usual. But let's go ahead and move on to the big topic here that everyone's been talking about. Everyone has been talking about, which is about the Brazilian wonder kid that has been lighting up the fire at Chelsea Twitter. Everyone's been talking about this, and it's the big transfer that people seem to be
wait, is this a joke?
really focused on. No, I'm not. It's not a joke. Estevao Willian.
We signed, man.
I mean, listen.
Chris,
let me get through.
Chris, have you got a problem with kids, Chris? Have you got a problem with kids, Chris? Like, you know what I mean?
Hey, yo.
Well, I didn't say anything that's wrong.
Chris, ignore it. Ignore that question.
That's not. How is that crazy? What did I say that was wrong there, boys?
Actually, I don't think you did anything. But I'm overreacting. But let me. Damn it!
Hey.
My button didn't work. Anyways, let's start reading some of these tweets. There's a lot of tweets here. Okay, so breaking: Chelsea are in talks with Palmeiras over a deal to sign 17-year-old winger Estevao Willian. Now, if you guys remember, this is the Messinho kid, right? So this was about a week ago. Let's continue on. There's plenty of tweets here to go over. The Brazilian Youth International has a release clause in his contract, and Palmeiras are prepared to accept an initial fixed amount of around 30 million plus a variable figure of performance-based add-ons. His Palmeiras contract runs until 2026. Then we have here, Chelsea are confident completing the transfer of Estevao Willian. Then we continue on. Chelsea have a scout based in Brazil who has followed the winger closely, while other club representatives have traveled to Brazil to watch him play and lay the groundwork. Alisson Marins is the lead for Chelsea's scouting department in Brazil and has been highlighting Estevao to the recruitment team for a while. Personal terms now agreed, an expectation of full deal to be completed between clubs. He will join Chelsea in 2025 when he turns 18. This is not fully set in stone yet, so take that second part with a pinch of salt. Fabrizio reporting, Chelsea remain well informed on Estevao Willian since November as one of 4 to 5 South American talents they are tracking. More to come on those as well in the future. We'll definitely be paying attention to that number. CFC aware of release clause structure for the summer, but have not presented any formal proposals so far, as Palmeiras wait for the first official step. This was reported the 4th of May. Then we have here, Chelsea have been talking to Palmeiras about Estevao Willian since January. The Blues are very keen on and interested in the player. It's concrete. Palmeiras is still waiting for an official bid from them. Again, reported on the 8th. Then we have here on the 7th, according to Edu Burgos, who has been very reliable when it comes to Estevao Willian, this is not a done deal yet, and Chelsea will send an offer at the end of the season. Bayern are main competitors. And then we have here the 2nd, apparently. Breaking. Chelsea have decided to bid 30 million euros fixed plus 25 million euros in add-ons for Estevao Willian and are working on the proposal now. Then we have Roger and Relevo here reporting Estevao Willian is about to sign for Chelsea. The player will pay the Blues will pay Palmeiras a figure that will range between 30 to 35 million euros plus variables for Estevao. And his arrival in England will be postponed until the summer of 2035. Fabrizio Romano now coming in and saying this. More on Estevao Willian and Chelsea. Club plan to offer around 32 million plus add-ons in excess of release clause value, 55 million euros. Initial proposal could be 32 plus 25 euros in add-ons based on Estevao's performances. Personal terms already agreed as reported. So personal terms have been agreed. Now we actually have to make a bid. So Fabrizio Romano says here 4 days ago, Chelsea prefers to pay slightly more than 55 million euros release clause for Estevao Willian so that they can have a deal structured. It could be 32 million base with 25 million euros in add-ons. Chelsea are working hard to Palmeiras and they are advancing. He's close to joining Chelsea. And then there's another Estevao update from 4 days ago. Chelsea Palmeiras are now in intense talks tonight to come to a fee agreement after personal terms are agreed. Both clubs want to wrap this up quick. Chelsea want to pay 35 plus 25 in potential add-ons, which is above the release clause. Chelsea are advancing well in conversation with Palmeiras over Estevao Willian. Fabrizio Romano reporting that it's 32 million euros up front and 25 in add-ons, but Palmeiras want a bit more up front. It's going well so far, so it might end up being the 35-25. Then Bruno ANDRD, whatever, I can't pronounce that, don't ask me to. Chelsea raised the proposal to sign Estevao Willian to 60 million euros. Fix 35 up front and 25 in add-ons. The player has a verbal agreement in long term, and should it go through, then he would head to England in June 2025 at 18 years old. Understand Chelsea have reached verbal agreement with Estevao Willian on personal terms. Told initial bid still to be sent, but it will be around 32 plus add-ons as he talks to Palmeiras will follow. Nothing yet, but Chelsea remain clear favorites since January. Let me see how much more I have. I have 3 more. Okay. Chelsea people believe Estevao can be a generational talent, something like Vinicius Jr. or Rodrigo in recent years. Chelsea want to close the deal very fast, and conversations are in advance. Chelsea want to seal Estevao deal as soon as possible after personal terms agreed. As reported, negotiations underway. Palmeiras, pretty much same thing here. Chelsea believe he is generational talent and big opportunity. And then lastly here, Estevao is really excited to be a Chelsea player and play in the Premier League after Chelsea presented their project for the present and for the future, according to Fabrizio Romano. So, Chris,
has the world gone mad?
All right, talk to me, Brian. Why are you saying this?
Look, 60 million for a 17-year-old.
It's 35 and 25 in add-ons.
Are these add-ons like by, I don't know, winning Premier League and stuff like that?
Yeah, or... likely, yes.
Okay, then, if it's stuff like that, then I have no problem that much. But if it's not like, if it's like, a guaranteed add-on and it adds to 60 million, I think we're mad. But if it's the Premier League winning and he's part of that team, then fine, I don't care. But I haven't seen this kid. I don't think any of us have really seen this kid. And if we have seen this kid, there's probably some comp on Twitter or something. And that's just not like really. That can be misleading, to be honest. But hey, he looks cold of that trophy, I guess. He might be a serial winner. Who knows? I have no idea with this guy. But it just seems a bit mad. But I guess what, it's just an 8-year deal as well, like that common 8-year deal.
I don't think it can be 8 years anymore. I think it can only be at most 5 years. But someone in chat is probably going to.
It can be 8, but you can't amortize the 8.
Oh,
yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
So there's no need to make it 8 years then.
Well, not really, unless you want just to keep it for that
outside
long.
of security, no.
I mean, I'm a little bit worried, like, because you know what you talked about. It said Chelsea needs to be careful what they're spending, and I'm seeing this like, you know, like an hour later on a 17-year-old, like 35 million and maybe 25 added on. But if that's just Premier League added on, then
that's Euros as well, Chris. Keep that in mind.
Yeah, it's Euros, and where's he play left wing?
Yes, I believe so.
I mean,
I think he's a right winger.
Oh, well, what's the point then? If he's right wing, what's the point? Nah, unless Cole Palmer plays a 10 and Nkunku plays left, I want a left winger. If he's left winger, I might be more favoured.
Oh, sorry guys, he's a right winger. Sorry, I'm being corrected by
So
chat.
Cole Palmer, who's, you know, our best right winger, and we have Madueke, by the way, who's trying to get into right wing, by the way, as well. We buy another right winger. Great. That sounds amazing. I just hope he's a baller, you know. I just hope he's, you know, one of these generational actual talents, as it says, you know, generational player. I don't know, man. I have no idea, but like, I'm not confident. I don't want this. If he's a right winger, I don't want him. But it sounds confident we're getting him, so I'm just gonna have to back it. Right? We're close to getting him, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. I just don't want another right winger. I think we need to sign a left winger. I'm
Well, he can play both. He can play both, Chris.
If he can play both, then fair enough. What foot is he? Right or left?
I think he's right-footed.
Oh, okay. Because I can't have Madueke, Cole Palmer, and this kid on the side all left footers.
I'll look it up.
That'd be weird. Nah, yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm not a big fan of it. I want us to go for a natural left winger, but 35 million is not too much, I guess. 35 million euros. Has any of you actually seen any videos of this guy?
Well, I think Oliver has. Oliver, have you?
No, nothing substantial.
Oh,
I can't lie.
He is left-footed, Chris. But he plays on the right. Mostly.
Yeah,
but he can play on the left.
Most left-footers play on the right. Most left-footers play on the right. I mean, if Cole Palmer, I don't know, continues the 10, but that makes Nkunku play on the left, by the way, or, I don't know, striker. But, yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm not a fan of... Do we sell Madueke?
I mean...
What happens to Madueke? Bench to this guy?
Well, you got to remember, Chris, too, we have Angelo coming back as well. So there's going to be competition on the right wing.
I mean, yeah, if he actually has a good right foot, then fair enough. Like, he's a...
Or left wing, because he's also left-footed. He can play on the left.
I know you can, and if he's actually good on both feet, then yeah, that can be on use for the left as well. I just don't know with this. I don't watch 17-year-olds. Yeah.
So it's like, for me, like, okay, admittedly I haven't seen him either, but also people have said that he hasn't really. I think this is only his first professional season. Last season he was in the academy or something like that.
That makes
so
sense.
He hasn't really played much. Listen, the last time people were really hyped on this player, it was Endrick, and although we've not seen Endrick, I'm sure you kind of rate the fact that he's now Real Madrid. If Real Madrid are picking up Endrick, it must be for a reason, right, Chris?
I mean, yeah, like Real Madrid signed a few.
And Bayern were linked to this player.
I just want to know. We signed another youngster, by the way, Colombian guy.
Yeah, Kendry Paez.
Ecuadorian.
Wait, you said he's gone to Real Madrid, though?
No.
Oh no,
Endrick,
my bad. Yeah,
the last Brazilian wonder kid.
Yeah, he's Brazilian.
The last? Nah, they make a new one in 2 years.
The new model. The previous Brazilian wonder kid, right? He went to Real Madrid. Now they're really hyping up that this Estevao Willian's kid is the next hot shot, like the next best Endrick, right? He's the new one. You saw how many tweets there were. This is a really hot commodity. People are really talking about it.
I was a little bit worried. I thought, we're getting this guy done by the looks of it.
Yeah.
There's like, 10 tweets on Chelsea getting him? That's insane. Who's battling Chelsea to keep raising our price, by the way? Are we battling ourselves or
Bayern?
Bayern was, but Bayern seems to have stepped away from negotiations.
Yeah, too much money there.
Well, I mean, maybe they haven't worked as hard on it as we have.
No.
Because we've been working on this deal since November, apparently. Which I do remember we were talking about it early in November.
Yeah. I just hope it works out, because I am kind of sick of seeing us sign 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds, all this type of shit. I don't know. It's not
won't be sick and tired of it if they end up being ballers, bro.
I mean, I wasn't a big fan of Kyle Palmer, by the way, and that worked out great. Yes, so.
All I have to say to this really is, I see a lot of people, like, obviously it's been the Champions League recently. People are watching Vinicius Jr. How the hell did Real Madrid get a great player like that? By doing exactly this. So
yeah, that's true.
If you wanted a player like Vinicius Jr., you wanted to follow that kind of model, then I guess you can't necessarily be crying about the fact that we're looking at this guy, because it's the same idea.
Mm-hmm. And listen, like, I know we're still early days, right? But if you look at the recruitment, right, and you look at, let's be simple about this. Let's look at recruitment last season, right? And even in this summer with the youths that we signed. Now let's look at them now. Dr. Fofana has gone up in price. Nicholas Jackson has gone up in price.
Yeah.
Kendrick Paez, time will tell, right? Angelo, one of the better players from Strasbourg, he's definitely gone up in price. But he's definitely gone up in price, is my point. Santos has gone up in price. Cassidy, that one's probably stayed even. I'm not gonna lie. What else? Moreira's prices have probably gone up as well because he's been killing it.
We didn't pay anything for Moreira, so
there we go. So that's a free, and yeah, exactly, that's a free anyways. So like overall, well, I probably have a better time naming the players that we have gotten that the pricing has been questionable if we're making profit off it. Mudryk, Enzo, Caicedo, Cucurella as well, I would say.
We lost money on Sanchez already.
No, because we got him for really cheap.
15 mil, didn't we?
Yeah, that's super cheap.
We're not getting more now. We'll probably get him for 10 million. If we sell him, probably 10 million to 12 million.
His contract is for 8 years, so you really think we're gonna sell his contract for 18 mil?
Yeah, probably not.
That's what I mean. Like in general, like we have overall made profit on him, or we will probably make profit on him. I can't think of another signing that may have gone down in price. Maybe Badiashile. Really? Maybe.
No, we got
exactly.
Very
I mean,
so like again, Washington. Maybe his price has stayed the same.
Nah,
he's gone
down.
He's
pure profit.
No, Dave Washington, he was playing first team football in Brazil, and now he's in our under 21 squad. There's no way his value's gone up.
Fair enough.
No way. Hey, no, he's the future though. Washington's the future. That fake Brazilian's our future as well.
Oh, and Nkunku. We've lost value on Nkunku probably.
That's natural as well, by the way. No, we're not going to sell him more than 60 million, by the way, because he's like what 27 now.
Right now, Nkunku is still worth what we brought him because we literally brought him for that for 60 million, and he hasn't played. And he has
about 50, 60. Yeah, I think
so
he could.
So essentially, you've broken even with Nkunku right now.
Yeah, but I mean, now that you're back, the point of me even bringing this up is that even if we do get Estevao for 35 million euros plus add-ons,
so that's 30 million pounds. Yep.
I think we can still make a profit off of the kid.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think about him? Have you even seen him?
I've seen some stuff of him. He looks interesting. That's what I'm gonna say. Interested is the keyword I'm gonna give for that one. We'll see what happens there, but I just think it's just we feel like we've got too many right wingers and too many CMs right now.
Well, he plays left wing as well. He's left-footed.
No. The word I'm saying is that I'm just saying in general though that we have a lot of like even if he does play left wing, we just have too many certain types of certain position attackers, and that's not even a part of the rumor that we're now trying to even go for Ulisse too. So.
Wow, really? Okay, I didn't see that. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. For me, I'm not gonna dismiss this because Oliver brought up a good point. You're not gonna be able to get a proven Brazilian player like this. Like Vinicius Jr. was scouted, and that's how they got him. This same scouting that got Vinicius Jr. got Endrick. So for me, I think it is too many rumors. But I think for me, I would take the risk on this because I don't think with our recruiting, I don't think we made much losses in terms of these players. If we decide to sell these players, I think for the most part, we've made net profits. So that's where I stand on it. And yeah, I mean, time will tell. Do you guys want to add anything onto this before we move on to the next topic?
I just think with buying Estevao and comparing it to Vinicius Jr., there's one concern I have about it, and it's like, do we provide Estevao with the environment to blossom into the player he can be, the same way Vinicius Jr. has had that environment? And I'm not saying Vinicius Jr. struggled early on. Part of that is because he was 18 years old at the time, so that's natural. Also, like the fact that I don't think he found his coach at the point, because they had Zidane, and Zidane was much more interested in Eden Hazard. He would play when Hazard was fit. He would usually move Vinicius around, maybe play him on the right wing to accommodate Hazard. As soon as Carlo came in, that was when you started to see the development. So
what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that, bro? What do you mean by that? So what you're saying? Zidane likes his lighter skin players, yeah?
Allegedly.
Hey man, listen, Nugget Nation, man, Nugget Nation, let's go.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
that threw me off. But anyway.
Listen, sorry, bro. My apologies.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, you know, it took Vinicius a little bit of time to find his spot in that and to get comfortable. That seemingly via the, you know, in terms of the correlation, that was when Ancelotti joined Real Madrid. That's when it really started to go up. So we need to just make sure that we have an environment for Estevao, because I'm assuming that a player that could go up to £60 million on plus the add-ons, that wouldn't be going out on loan. You'd be trying to get them in the squad straight away. So we need to have an environment in our first team where he can come in and blossom as quickly as possible.
Yeah, man. We need to blossom like flowers. We need to bloom like they do in the spring. If you think I've said anything wrong, sue me. Thank you.
Okay, fair enough. All right, boys, let's go on to one of the final topics for tonight's show, okay? We're closing in on the end. Ladies and gents, if you haven't done so already, smash that like button. It helps us out with the YouTube algorithms. And also subscribe, because it definitely helps us achieve our 3K goal for subscribers. So help us out, guys, and do your part for Estevao Willian and for the channel. So let's go on. Next topic here is the future of our striker situation. We come back to discussing the striker dilemma at Chelsea. Let's start off with this first tweet. Striker update. It's important to say Chelsea don't want to spend crazy money, and for Osimhen, it is a big release clause. 103 to 111 million pounds. Huge salary requested by the player and big commission. We move on. David Thatcher Fofana has spoken on going back to Chelsea after the loan that he has at Burnley. I think I'll go back, and why not do the preseason with Chelsea? In January, I wanted to stay, but some things happened. I have nothing to envy Nico Jackson, who is also my friend, he told Capital Football. I think it's a good mentality to have. I think, hey, come back to the team and see what you can do in the preseason. I think it's going to be promising. We have here Armando Broja will return to Chelsea, and there are already several Premier League clubs interested in him, plus some from abroad. He has a good chance of leaving on a permanent transfer, according to Fabrizio Romano. Didn't work out.
Fabrizio Romano.
We also have here from Fabrizio, and this is the final tweet from the topic, is Chelsea have spoken to the agents of Osimhen and Sesko, which we kind of already knew, but now it's being reiterated. And time will tell what happens. Nothing on Gyökeres, so that's a little disappointing on that front. But Osimhen, Sesko, Armando Broja leaving, Thatcher Fofana giving it a a good college try when he comes back for preseason. What will happen, ladies and gents? What are our thoughts on what we're hearing right now?
Okay, I don't want Sesko. My God, Sesko. Sesko. Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't want Sesko. Like, because he's gonna cost like 30, no, not 30, 50 and upwards. Right, I do not want that guy. I think Jackson's just a better striker than Sesko anyway. Osherman, I don't know how much he's gonna cost. Maybe we can shoehorn Lukaku in that deal and get him for like 90 million, 80 million.
Rumors, yeah.
Yeah, I would try do that because I think Napoli would take Lukaku with 90 million maybe because.
But does Lukaku want to go there? Does Lukaku?
No, he
yeah.
went to Rome, Ahmed. He went to Rome.
Yeah, but like again, does he want to go there? That's the bro. He
Well,
we
won't know.
We had an agreement with Saudi Arabia, and he said no. So like, what are we doing?
Well, again, Ahmed, we don't know if we don't try. I want us to try offer Lukaku because he's apparently they value around 37 million. I think that's about fair, and we can give him 90 million euros or something. I think that'd be a good approach, and maybe they will accept that because they know Osherman wants to leave. It's dependent, like, if other clubs can go for him. Maybe we can, like, put an early foot in there and actually get Osherman. Because I do like Osherman. I think if you give him chances and stuff like that, he scores goals. We'll have another striker next to Jackson. Because Jackson needs another striker for competition and, you know, support. Because we can't just rely on Jackson. I do like Jackson, but we can't just rely on Jackson next season as well. So, Sesko, we can leave. I don't want Sesko. I'm not sure about you guys, but I don't want Sesko.
I'm intrigued. I'm interested. I can't lie.
I think we already got Jackson now, Ahmed. What's the point in getting Sesko? I don't think he's any level difference to Jackson.
I saw a comp of Sesko's most recent game, just like some highlights. Besides the goal, that was one of the most. And by the way, this isn't like you know, there's good and bad comps. Like there's
cool.
Like the Mount comps where they show all the bad things. This is meant to be a good
highlights,
comp.
right? You saw.
That, besides the goal, that is one of the most unimpressive comps I've ever seen from the street.
They're hating on greatness. What can I say, man? They're hating on greatness.
But why would we have Sesko when I'd rather keep. No, we got even Dachafana, man. I'd rather just keep Dachafana over Sesko as well.
I want Dachafana.
I
they want to tell him.
If we're going to buy a striker, I need an improvement on Jackson. Sesko's not that guy.
Exactly. Keep away from that guy, man.
If you want to back up, use Jaffa Fofana. Bro's is not good enough.
Exactly.
Armando doesn't want to be here anymore, so it's literally.
Who doesn't want to be here?
Armando doesn't want to be here.
Yeah, well, that's a win-win for everyone then.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
What? We don't want him. He doesn't want to be here. Is that not a win-win?
But he said but he has agreed to go to Italy on loan. Yeah, but the reason why he had to agree to go to Roma because Roma's his last chance saloon because he fucked in the Inter loan deal. Remember, Inter was ready for him. They were getting the loan deal sorted, and then he fucked it.
Fuck Lukaku. Yeah, he can go, man.
Yeah, man, he's the one that fucked it, bro.
I don't give a shit about Lukaku. He can go wherever he wants, man. I don't care about
he's already been hinting about trying to go to Saudi. You know what I mean? They want to pay the money. Let's get it done.
If we sell to Saudi Arabia for 40 million and then use that 40 million, like spend like 120 million on Osherman, do it as well. That money be used for him as well. I would take Lautaro Martinez as well, but I don't think we're gonna be infamous. There's no point me talking about it.
I know a lot of people like Osherman. I might be being a bit contrarian here, but I don't see the full package from him, bro.
But don't you see, like, he's a good finisher, right? Do you think he's a good finisher?
It's all well being a good finisher, but right now, the style of play that we play, and if Pochettino's being here, it's not going to suit him. So,
I don't know because like if we like Cole Palmer, he can create chances. Madueke can create some chances. Enzo can create chances. Even Caicedo can create chances. Muda can create some chances as well. I don't know. I feel like we can create a lot of chances for Osherman, especially Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer loves creating chances. He's very good at that. So I need an upgrade on Jackson. If not, then don't sign another striker. If it's not an upgrade, just keep Dachafana and then sign a left winger or something.
Hey, Vic, man, listen. Vic, listen, man. This guy, Megan left him after the UCL final, innit? So you ain't got no one, man. He's only on escorts right now. He's only going for the escorts now.
Jesus Christ.
Why is everyone saying that, man? I'm just speaking facts. Can I not speak facts, man? What's going on?
I mean,
man?
yeah, you're not wrong.
They love to hate on me, man. You know, they hate on the greatness. They hate on greatness like myself. I'm Ahmed Abdi. I'm a striker. You know, I'm a killer. I'm out here. Lukaku Nation. I'm gonna kill.
Maybe.
And at the end of the day, guys, we need to be conservative with our money, bro. I think we can find probably a guy within the 30 to 50 million range that can do a job. I bet you any money right now you can do that, bro.
Who?
But why not? You know what, man? It's a hot take, but Solanke, why not Solanke? 18 goals in the league right now.
I don't think that's a hot take. I don't think it's a hot take.
You can get him for 50 million, honestly. Solanke right now.
Well, it depends how much they charge.
I don't want to
They
pay
won't
50 for
charge us 50.
Solanke.
It'll be up to 70.
I think
It's just one season, like, just hit for him, and that's it.
No, it's not. He's actually done the back-to-back. He's done back-to-back. Yeah, he's done it back-to-back.
Not like this, though. Not like this.
No, he's done it back-to-back. I'm pretty sure.
Wait, Solanke?
Solanke, yeah. This is his breakout.
No, he has not. He's never had a season like this. Not even in the Championship.
You were wrong on that.
But I don't need him to bench. I don't need him to bench Jackson. I just want good competitive for Jackson that's going to allow them to elevate to that next level. That's what you need to give Jackson right now.
Why can't Dutch Founder do that?
That's true.
He can't do that, man.
But Solanke can.
We don't know about that because we never know. Next season he could ball out.
Fucking hell, he scored 19 goals in the Premier League.
If you give him the chances, you know.
Yeah, he scored 6 last season, but I mean, yes, he's been impressive this season. 19 goals in the Premier League is impressive, but I'm just a little bit worried if we pay 50 million and he's shit next season. I'm a little bit worried to say. 26.
Yeah, Solanke's
not old.
mid-20s. I don't think it's a hot take. I do like Solanke as an idea, but
40 max for him.
It's not gonna be that.
But we got Jackson for 32 million. Okay, he's English. I don't know, like.
Solanke's been. We got Jackson for 32 million or 35, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
Because this is only his second professional
season. Yes.
Yeah, that's not Solanke's case. He's been around for a while.
And he's been shit for a good while.
Okay. Well, Curry Pirate's gonna tell you differently.
What? He hasn't been great.
Curry?
This is the only good season we've seen from him. He just came out of nowhere.
Or Curry might not even say anything. I don't even know.
Anyway, I'm about to bounce, boys. The NBA game's about to start.
Sorry, there's a lot of... I'm on a phone, but this man said back-to-back with Solanke, and Solanke had 6 goals last season.
Oh, now he runs. He ran.
So Solanke had 6 goals.
Like a Pokemon, he ran.
Wait, Marshall. Also, this is the same one, like, when we're supposed to get a left back, right? When I said we could get the left back for 30 million, I'm just like, oh, we're going to do a left back for 30 million.
You mean Kirk is, right?
Yeah. And he's like, we're going to, how would you know, Bournemouth's going to overcharge us, 50 million.
You are inaudible, bro.
It's really hard to hear you right now because you're in a pocket of sorts.
Have you ever heard of South Park, Kopi?
Yeah, you do. You do sound like Kenny a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, exactly.
I was trying. I closed my eyes. I was trying really hard to decipher the words, but it's tough.
Okay, you give him 5 minutes, but like,
yeah,
still, like, I'd rather Solanke probably over Sesko. I'd probably rather Solanke over Sesko.
Again, it depends on the fee.
If it's 50 versus 50, I'd rather pay 50 million for Solanke probably.
What makes you think it's gonna be 50 though?
For
Solanke?
Well, just what I mean.
Who's had a better season than Jackson?
This is the problem though, because
yeah, he's had a better season, I think.
The market is already so blown out of proportion anyway. This guy's going on a 20-goal Premier League season. Not quite there yet, but he's pretty much there. And it's a Premier League transfer. Premier League club to Premier League club. They could easily charge something mad.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously, when Curry Pirate's ready, we'll come back and discuss this. Because another thing that we have to discuss is that we have players coming back from injury, and there's a few. It's looking optimistic, guys. It's looking optimistic. Let's be genuine here. So, looking at what we have here in terms of player returns. Let me pull this up for you guys. We have Reece James is back in training, as we saw. Leslie Ugochukwu was on the bench yesterday, I believe. So he's back. Sanchez still nowhere to be found. Chilwell's gone for the season. Carney probably gone for the season. He might come back in the last game. Who knows? Fofana, Fernandez, Laviol, all the obvious names. But Sterling's back. We had a good amount of players that came back in yesterday's game, which you love to see. But guys, we'll continue on. This is an interesting stat that I found here. 54 injuries and a total of 309 days is actually insane. So it's I don't know why I read that, but we've had 54 total injuries, and the injuries that have accumulated to 309 games missed from these players.
Kind of mad. Like,
look at the second one, by the way. Second one is Newcastle with 38 injuries.
Yeah.
And 258 games missed.
Can I say, yeah, our injury record is horrifically bad, but I look at Man United, yeah, their injuries look a lot worse than ours because I see their squad, it's non-existent, and they've had less injuries than us. I think
that's not necessarily true. You look at their center backs and they're non-existent. They have no center backs.
I mean, yes, they have fullbacks, but
that's the problem. They've been hit in a massive wave in one particular area.
Yeah.
I even look at their bench; it's quite terrible too. But like, I think it just shows Chelsea have brought a lot of players for depth at least, and we somewhat survived with like okay players still playing for us. It's just, yeah, that is a mad. Like, I'm not even surprised we're top of this though, because like Chelsea's injuries for the last couple of seasons have been quite bad. But this is probably our worst ever season for injuries, right?
100%.
Yeah, I wonder what.
I mean, it's definitely our worst with context, because you could potentially give last season to us playing in Europe, but
this season.
That's not the case this season, and it's arguably been even worse. And you've had players on top of that. I look back at last season's injuries for the whole squad. I honestly think most of the injuries last season, bar a certain few exceptions, were mostly from the players that are what I'd call the usual suspects: Fofana, James, Chilwell, etc. You know, those guys were all picking up injuries throughout the season. And you had your odd ones that are the exception here and there, but it was mostly people that you'd expect.
The normal injuries.
Now we're getting people that have never had injuries in their career before picking up injuries.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm gonna start. This answer literally starts triggering me now. I'm gonna start blocking people who have this fucking shit as their answer.
What?
Like, fuck you.
Who'd you
Sell them all. I don't know who the fuck I fucking blocked. I blocked them because I'm just so sick and tired of hearing people's response be sell them all. Sell them all.
Like Casually FC, man.
On stream too.
I know the feeling, man. I know the feeling.
I'm so sick and tired of seeing people fucking say that. It's like, sell them all. We can't sell them all. They're not even all shit. Dumbass. I hate Twitter. I'm sorry. Let me regain my composure. Okay, let me regain my composure.
Why you don't tweet Twitter, man? You lose your head.
I do. And then Reece James had some comments to be made. Reece James on coming back from injury. The process has been real slow, and at the start they told me I had to be out for 3 months, but it's been 5. It's taken a toll. It's taken its toll, you know. On my head, it's been tough. Long days, but I'm so happy to be back and fit.
I mean, yeah, I'm so like I'm glad he's back fit. Like, and this is the thing. Is said they said it should take 3 months. You don't want to rush into it. You don't want to rush after the surgery. You want to be perfect. I think they have took their time a bit. 5 months is a long time. He had that surgery pretty quick early on as well. So, I say let him have his minutes, like last 10 minutes or so. Of the game, like 80 minutes, sub him on, do that, because I don't think that's any harm really. And if he does get broken from like playing 10 minutes a game, then we probably got some serious issues. So, but yeah, I love seeing Reece yesterday because Reece is what we need, man. Like creativity, he's it. Like defensively, he's it. Like physical, he's it. What can you say he can't do? I guess stay fit if you want to say that approach, but after surgery, I'm gonna say hope, and hopefully he doesn't get as much injuries or big injuries, because I expect him to still pick up little injuries here and there, maybe knee injuries, ankle injuries. Hopefully we don't see hamstring injuries. Hopefully that's sorted his hamstring injuries, because I can't stand seeing him on the injury bench, because I missed him for the last 2 seasons. We've barely seen him. It's honestly, and you can see how poor. But you can see how poorly. Oh my God. You can see how poorly
Yeah.
you can see how poorly Chelsea have been without Reece James, like creativity as well from the right side. Like I know Gusto's been this season and he's helped massively. He's a good backup and he can play maybe on the left side if you want to play both together, or I don't know, if you play a back three and you play some Reece.
But Gusto also isn't a goal scoring threat like Reece.
No, yeah. But I think Reece is unreal. I really do. I think he can do everything. I think defensively he's solid. Physically, he's like one of the best physical right backs. Going forward, on the ball, crossing. He knows when to cross it most of the time, and it literally goes to dangerous places like 90% of the time, I feel. His corners are good. I don't know what else to say about
sensational.
Yeah, sensational. I can glaze this guy. I don't know, man. I can glaze Reece James. I love him.
Hey yo,
he's my favorite player for like years now. Like, and that's for a reason.
I mean, look, he's a great player. I was gonna ask you guys both. Do you guys feel that next season, if we stick with Poch, we're gonna have this many injuries?
I'm a little bit worried.
There's definitely a chance. The club needs to have a review of what's been going on. I do believe that in Pochettino's evaluation, I saw a tweet from Pies. I don't know if you have it or maybe.
You know what? Since we're on that topic about next season with Poch, let's move into the final topic of today's show. Which
I want to put cameras in that training ground. By the way, what Poch is doing, I want cameras every angle of the pitch.
Do you guys see? By the way, do you guys see that that picture with John Terry at the academy game?
No.
No,
there was this kid in the background with he had like a moon boot on with crutches, and someone quote tweeted like, "What the hell goes on in that building, man?"
We're Indian little kids too, man.
Yeah.
What are you doing? What are you doing, Pod? What are you doing?
They walk into Cobham, man. Yeah, it's a broken limb.
They're walking fine. They're walking in a wheelchair or crutches. Yeah.
So let's get into it, guys. There's a few run-up tweets here that I wanted to go over, and we'll get to it. But let me just do my thing. Let me do my marathon reading like I always do. All right. So first tweet I have here: Chelsea's Premier League form since the turn of the year may come as a surprise. Their remaining fixtures, Nottingham Forest, which you won, Brighton and Bournemouth, there are 2 points off of 6th place and European football in 24-25. And this was shown to me earlier. Chelsea's odds of finishing in top 6, 9 out of 4. Interesting. But since in 2024, our record's 8-5-3. Putting us in 4th place compared to the other teams. So we're 4th best informed team in the Premier League since the new year. But we'll come back to this. I'll save it. Don't worry, Chris. I know you want to say something, but it's okay. Let me continue here. Pochettino. It's not only if the owners or directors are happy, if we are happy. You need to ask us also because maybe we are not happy and we accept the situation and need to split. It's not the first time the coaching staff at the end of the season decide to stop going. I'm not saying I'm not happy, but it's always just one side, and maybe we need to look at the other side. I think Pochettino was entertaining a hypothetical, but what for? And it caused a whole stir of questionings and stuff, but we continue on. Pochettino on his future. To clarify, if the owner is happy with my job, we can continue. I'm always a coach who is thinking long term. I still have 1 more year in my contract, and I'm thinking to be here he told BBC. Then Mr. Pochettino, they could sack me, yes, but it's not only up to them. They might want me to stay, but also if I don't want to stay, we need to have an agreement. Then Pochettino says here, maybe the owners are thinking that we have a contract so they don't need to clarify nothing in the front lines of all the rumors. Maybe the situation is that they are not worried about rumors, but it is true that there are too many rumors in the last few months, and that is Pochettino addressing that he needs the rumors to stop. We'll get to that, but I project myself here at Chelsea for a long period, more than only 1 year, and that it says in my contract, because we really trust in our work. If that doesn't happen, yes, that is not in our hands. Pochettino, in 1 week, we will know if I will stay as Chelsea manager. It is not my decision, because if the owners are thinking to change, for sure, in 1 week we will know. It is not affecting me. It is not affecting the people working with us. I think yes, because in the end, we can kill the rumors and sack me. That's not the problem. It happens in lots of clubs. Now, Mauricio Pochettino did ask the owners to say something about the rumors to nip it in the butt. However, this is what he said. I am so comfortable, and you know us more than 10 years of working here in England. We are so comfortable in the way we are not comfortable is to put in doubt. Are you talking are going to be here or not here? First, it is not my decision because if the owner's thinking to change, yes, for sure, and 1 week we'll know, that's an instability with which we are comfortable with working. We start to work and work until end. We are going to be very strong to try and help. It's true that in the last few months, like we are talking, that question is always coming. You need to kill the rumors if that's not true. If not the rumor is there for a different strategy. If you ask, is it affecting me? It is not affecting me. Is it affecting the people working with us? I can think yes, because in the end, you can kill the rumor. Sack me, that's not a problem. It happens to a lot of clubs. So basically going off of what was said earlier, but that's a more detailed response. Then on Todd Boehly, he described the reality, no? And yes, always Todd was very good with us, even in the tough moments. He was always positive with his messages and in a private way. And obviously this is a response to the quotes that came out on Todd Boehly. So Matt Law here reporting that Conference League would not satisfy Chelsea's ambitions. The number of qualification places available for Europe through the Premier League depends on who wins the FA Cup final. If Man City win the FA Cup final, the team finishes 6th in the league, will get Europa, and 7th will be Conference League. Chelsea are happy with the team's recent performances, but Pochettino knows any decision is always going to be made close to the end of the season. This is something the club has always confirmed, even in difficult moments, and it remains the same now. Mauricio Pochettino quoting here, or saying here, we are very supportive, but at the same time we are tough people because we always try to help and to push the players to achieve their best level. Then we have here, there's a growing sense of Chelsea that Mauricio Pochettino deserves to stay in charge. With this comeback win versus Nottingham Forest strengthened his hand before the summer summit with Chelsea's hierarchy. It did not go unnoticed that Pochettino in-game tactical tweets were crucial to the victory against Forest, changing the complexion of the contest with proactive substitutions. Chelsea will stick to their plan, according to Matt Law, of holding on to an end-of-the-season review in the days after the club's final game against Bournemouth, which will ultimately determine the future of head coach Mauricio Pochettino. Chelsea will decide whether Mauricio Pochettino stays or goes just days after the Bournemouth match. His season in charge is expected to be judged in its entirety together. Then, also mentioned here by Blueco Extra, I think Patrick Vieira's season as a coach at Strasbourg too needs to be reviewed. Then we have here, which is something I'm going to discuss with you guys, Oliver and Chris, is Chelsea's end of the season review is going to consist, according to David Ornstein, consist of assessment on Pochettino's body of work over the whole season, the progress and development, the style and principles of play, injury record, and the overall club structure. Is Pochettino committed to Chelsea's new ownership? Is Pochettino committed what Chelsea's new ownership are insinuating here? So, obviously, a lot to consume there. A lot of things have been happening with Pochettino. We're looking at the beginning of the season, or we're looking at the entire of the season. The first tweet that I stated, the second half of the season has been much more improved than the first half of the season. So I guess if we're looking at the assessment of Pochettino's body of work over the whole season, my answer would be it's very down the middle for me. It's 50-50. I think this season he's caused a lot of headaches to himself. He's put himself in very tough situations, and he took a lot of risk that he shouldn't have. A lot of very dumb risk, in my opinion, especially in games where we needed to, we didn't start the season off hot. So from the get-go, he was in a hot seat. So in games where he needed a result, he took dumb risk with Chilwell and Colwell and so on and so forth. But that's my assessment. On the first bullet point, my assessment is it's very much a 50-50. A failure, in my opinion.
I think that whole table of Chelsea being top 4 is a load of rubbish. We don't need to even think about, we did good the second half, that we could have been top 4. No, we're not top 4 because of this manager, what he's done. And what you pointed out, Marshall, is like, where he played Colwell, where he played Chilwell, where he even played Enzo. The way he changed his whole system from pre-season to the season, where it went to shit after that because like he changed from pre-season tactics to whatever he did there to like whatever he changed it to afterwards, because that was no actual real system. And he finally changed it back in the second half of the season against Aston Villa, second half of the game, like where you inverted with the left back, and he finally did it. But then he kind of changed all again in the recent game. I don't know. He's a weird man. He's a weird manager. He's had enough chances for me. This whole like you said, the second half of the season doesn't mean anything. We are 7th. We are struggling for our lives to get a Europa League spot. So that don't matter. We could have got top 4 in the second half season. Second half season doesn't matter. Like, you know, first half season like counts. It still counts. Like we did shit. So
yeah, exactly.
I hate these people how they analyze the second season and spin it into a positive. It's not. It shouldn't be spun into a positive for me. It shouldn't be. It's embarrassing. I think like how people do that and how justify him as a manager, or how he can, if Poch justifies how good he is because of the second half. We have still been shit in the second half, by the way. We bowled it down to 10 men Burnley in the second half. We bowled it to Sheffield, who are literally, where are they? 20th? You can see like the most goals in the Premier League.
Most goals in the history of the Premier League.
Like, I'm not hearing it. We should be competing top 4 if we won those 2 games. I'm not hearing it. I'm done with this.
There have been a lot of real lackluster performances this season from games where we expect to be doing well. Like if this is part of the assessment too. Should be like, did you meet expectations? And I think the expectations for a lot of these games weren't met. Like at the end of the day,
depends how you look at it though. Like you can look at game by game expectation. That's kind of like, you know, you can do that if you want, but there's also the perspective you may want to look at it as just like an flat out end of season expectations. Like no matter what happened in the middle, like individual games, did we make Europa League? You know, things like that. Like where did we end at? So they might look at it like that. Like I don't know. Depends what they do really. I don't know how they're going to look at it because they've never really done this sort of end of season review with anybody.
Well, to be fair, they probably do it, but it's not as glamorized like this has been.
No, but they actually haven't done it though because they sacked Potter.
Fair enough. Where do you stand with the first bullet point, Oliver?
So, assessment of Pochettino'S body of work over the whole season. Oh God, I don't know. Would you want me to grade it, maybe?
Yeah. F. Well, 50-50 technically is an F for me. So
I don't know. Maybe a D plus. I really don't know. Like, yeah, I just hate to think about it because, like, you know. Oh, I don't even know. Like, he's just. There's a lot of really bad things he's done this season, and
only positives though, Oliver.
Yeah, there's not many positives though, is there? Like, what he changed the system for 2.5 games to something that worked.
Positives. Listen, if I'm going to be fair, positives is he's got a good record against top 6 teams. I'm pretty sure this season. Listen, we took away points from Man City twice, and we deserved wins in at least one of them. We took points. We were supposed to win against Arsenal. There was a good performance there.
That was not on Poch, by the way. That was not on Poch.
Exactly, it's not on Poch. That was on the players.
Yeah,
that is on Poch. But I'm trying to give you the positive, okay? Stop stealing my thunder here.
But this is what the ownership needs.
We did the double on Poch. We did the double on Poch. I mean Spurs. We did the double on Spurs.
Ooh. Yeah.
Okay, that is a plus. Exactly, that is a plus. And we finally won 3 games in a row. Oh God!
No, that's not a positive. That's not a positive. We finally won 3 games.
The fact it's taken us this long. Yeah.
Game week what? 36.
All right. let's look at the next question. The next bullet point: progress and development. Progress and development. I'll say this: in terms of progress and development, I think we have made progress with a good portion of the players. I think we look at where we started in the season versus how we're ending in the result. I think Mudryk has improved very slightly, but Mudryk has improved. Nicholas Jackson has improved. Madueke has shown that he can be a starter in his team. Not over Cole Palmer, obviously, but yeah. And a positive is that even though Palmer comes from City and we were worried that he would be brought down to our level, no. Pochettino has been able to maintain his level at a high level, and he has done really well in his team despite how bad the form is. Malo Gusto has performed really well and has exceeded expectations according to Ahmed. Enzo, not so much. Caicedo has improved from where he started in the season, but that could be brought down to equal level now to where he was at Brighton. Who else has improved, really?
I don't know.
Chalobah, I would say, maybe has improved. Gallagher has definitely improved. That's really it. That's really all I can think of.
Okay.
I can't really think of more.
The way I look at it,
I think it's okay. I think it's like a C I would give him, or a B. Cucurella has improved.
You're giving him a B.
I'm going to simplify.
Maybe a C plus. C plus.
This whole Cucurella is not on him, by the way. This fucker wanted to keep him off as long as he could. he literally undid his handcuffs, man. He was putting him in handcuffs and not letting him play. He let him play and he cooked, and that's not on Poch. I can't stand him, man.
I'll
give a B minus. I'll give B minus.
I'll simplify this. I'm going to just simplify it to attack, midfield, and defense, and I'll lump the goalkeepers in with the defense because it's just keeping the ball out of the net. I think he's improved the attack and he's regressed every single other area.
Oh my god!
But as an overall thing, because yes, sure. Gallagher improved, obviously, but I base a lot of it on okay, what were you doing last season? And this includes the players we bought. I'm basing Caicedo's improvement or lack thereof based on what he did at Brighton. So Gallagher, he improved from last season, although you can't get much worse. Enzo has regressed from last season. Caicedo has regressed from what he was doing at Brighton. So
we're talking about positives, Oliver.
That's not what a review is.
Oh, review, my bad.
A review is to look at everything, the positives and the negatives and everything in between. So the midfield overall has regressed, and I can't add anyone else to that because, truth be told, no one else has really played. Ugochukwu is like an NA this season. He hasn't played. Lavia, 30 minutes, so whatever. The defence, they've all regressed, except Cucurella. I guess Gusto, maybe. I mean, people weren't really bigging up Gusto's 1v1 defending at Lyon, so maybe he's improved in that aspect, but everyone else has regressed besides Cucurella. And I guess I can't really comment on the goalkeepers. I don't really watch the goalkeepers. The attack, I do see improvements. Mudryk, again, yeah, he's slightly improved. Madueke, I would not say Madueke's improved that much. And that's not. I actually thought Madueke was a lot better previously than people did. But I'm not saying.
I feel like Madueke scored a lot more goals and is more of a team player this season.
No, he scored more goals, but I'm basing this on where was he last season versus this season. I'm still seeing Madueke do a lot of this.
I think he's improved.
I'm still seeing Madueke do a lot of the same things. And I thought Madueke was, when he played, he was very good last season. He just had no one in the box to hit the ball to, you know? So now we have a bit more of that. He's doing a bit better, but in terms of what he's doing, his individual actions, I don't see much of an improvement. But then again, I thought he was good to begin with, so that's not a bad thing. Palmer, I mean, that kind of speaks for itself. You know, he came from City's bench. He's improved. Jackson, again, didn't really watch him at Villarreal, but he's beaten his goal tally from last season, so that's an improvement. So yeah, it's just the attack that's really improved. The rest of it has if it's not stagnated, it's regressed. So
overall, where do you grade it?
Well, that's a net negative.
So you give it a D?
I guess, yeah.
Okay, Chris.
All right. I'll give it a C because the attack has changed.
Okay. B minus for me, C for Oliver. Chris?
Oh, you just want me to give the grade?
Sure, because I'm sure you're gonna reiterate everything we just said.
Basically, I give him a U.
What?
Ungraded.
Huh?
A 0? He's done something though, Chris. Be fair, Chris. Be fair.
What did he do?
Made Gallagher better, despite what Soliman thinks here.
Wow, you made Gallagher.
Well, come on, Chris. Let's be real. Be real. Come on. What's the grade? You had 20 minutes to think about this.
D-.
Not even.
D-.
All right,
That's
D-.
All
right, fair enough.
Are you happy?
Yeah, I'm happier now. Styles and principle of play.
More, at least.
You see that too.
Yeah.
Styles and principle of play. F. Absolute F.
Yeah.
He fails. F. This is
Come on,
F
be real,
across
man.
the board. What do you mean? He's had no style of play until the last 4 games. It's an F.
Yeah, come on, let's speak about possibilities. 2.5 games.
But then he reverted. But Chris, then he reverted after the 2.5 games. Like,
Yeah, but let's not think about that. Let's think about the positives.
F.
Let's think about the positives of 2.5 games. 2 clean sheets, technically 2.5.
Shut up. F. You know it's an F. Stop the waffling.
I'm just doing what you're doing to me, man. Let's think about the positives.
Injury record. Also F.
Oh my god.
No, but okay, they're going to consider the injury record. I think the injury record does help him in the sense where he's had way too many injuries this season.
But again, with
injuries, he's not got injured once himself.
Listen, oh my gosh.
Why is he not got injured?
That's true. I didn't think about that.
What was he meant to do, man? What
I
was
don't
he
know.
meant to do?
Start running with the players and he pulled a hammy or something.
Was he meant to pierce? Was he meant to pierce himself with his barbecue tongs? Like what the hell, man?
What?
You know what I mean?
Huh?
Like,
Yeah.
what was he meant to burn himself on the charcoals? Like what?
So, so Oliver, how much of a grade swing would you give for the injury record?
I mean, that's got to be a pretty low grade. But again, I'm going to be fair here. There needs to be a review on the injury situation because I'm not accepting that the medical staff have zero blame in the situation.
Of course, I agree. The medical staff have been shambolic this season. I don't know what's been going on.
Like that,
it's a combination of both.
So like if we're looking at an overall thing here, so I'm blaming Poch for the setbacks in the recovery and stuff like that, and playing certain players through injury like Enzo and Nugachukwu. I'm blaming the medical staff for misdiagnosis because they've done that. Mm-hmm. They've done that many times. What Lavia's bruised thigh was meant to be a 2-week thing, and that ruled him out for the rest of the season. Like how are we that far off?
Poch does something, man. Behind the scenes, we don't see. The players don't see. He beats the fuck out of him or something. I don't know like these injuries change all of a sudden behind the scenes and training.
True.
Like they massively get worse. Like even Reece James got an extra 2 months, but like it's Poch, man. Poch is like doing something. Like even doesn't owners like questioned his training methods for the injuries? I've seen.
I think one of the athletic journalists did actually say there were questions.
Yeah,
not necessarily from the ownership, but staff within the club.
Okay, it's still concerning. He's doing something.
I mean, the thing is, Chris, he didn't say whether the concern was about the fitness. Like, it didn't. So the report didn't say they're concerned about how the training methods are injuring the players. They just said they're concerned about it. So maybe they mean by that the methods aren't modern and like they're not up to standard with like top coaching. Maybe that's what they mean. Maybe it's not about fitness. But again, the report didn't go into enough detail about what they actually meant by that. So it's speculation.
Chris, how much of a leeway are you giving them for the injury record?
I mean, some of our players are injury prone naturally, like Fafana, Reece James the last 2 seasons, Chilwell. Like, there's a few players who gets injured naturally, but I don't know what he's doing, man, because Lavia only played 37 minutes. Like he said, his injury got worse, like Oliver said. It's not been good. I don't know, just to blame. I blame part of him. I definitely do blame part of him. He probably overworks him in training. He probably overworks him. Apparently, when they just come back from injury, they're going full on intensity training. Apparently, I think that's bad, but and some injuries are quite bad. Knee injuries or something, you just don't want to go full intensity. You know, hamstrings. I feel for Reece James, man. He might be going through intensity training that he already might break him or something. But if you want me to grade it, I'm going to grade it a D-.
Ends over the hernia for 6 months. That's the worst one, man.
I felt like that is true. That is very true.
I forgot about that, but like I felt like he's desperate to keep him. I don't know. Was he desperate to keep him on?
Like he was over relying on him. He almost used him as a crutch.
Yeah, I felt bad for Enzo, man. I do, because he had to play for this shit season.
But I mean, I guess the question is like, how much sway are you willing to give him? Like another letter. I can't believe we're doing like school style. Also, excuse me, like another letter grade, like a whole letter grade. Like we'll boost you up a whole letter grade because we're giving you leeway for injury. Because that's the way I see it. Like, I think I'm willing to give him a letter grade, like round up for the injury record.
I give him a D-.
Still failing though. Still failing though.
D-. So
instead of an F, now he gets a D-.
I think it's a D- too.
All right, fair enough. And then overall club structure, do you think he's committed to Chelsea's new ownership? Honestly,
that's a you.
I think, yeah, I'll say that. I'll say, you know what?
He literally doesn't like anything about like. You can read between the lines, man. He wants experienced players. He wants tall players. We're not giving him any of that.
He got tall players. He just injures them.
That is true as well.
Yeah,
Time will tell. Time will tell, because like, who knows? Like this is like now we've seen the issues this season. If he gets next season's, maybe now we'll correct that.
I think his comments recently are very telling as well. Like I know he tried to downplay it, but at the end of the day, if you're bringing up the fact that, listen, I know the owners are looking at me, but I've got a say in that as well. I can just walk away. You're not saying that unless you're thinking about it. There's no way. Why else would you bring that up? Because
I mean, it gets brought up a lot because of the rumors, I'm sure.
No, but why would you bring up that you could be thinking about leaving if you're not going to even be thinking about that?
I think to me, and listen to me, I'm fucking defending Poch. I think for me, it's I think he was talking about a hypothetical about like, listen, like overall, like this is everyone should be judged, including myself. Like, what if I want to leave and all this stuff? Like, he was hypothetical about why. I think it's just bizarre. I think we go back to what we were talking about yesterday, right? I think he just has really poor communication.
But again, maybe. But I'm just going to take this for face value, just for the ease of things. What's the point in bringing up the hypothetical if you're not thinking about it? Like,
I get you.
Yeah, it's very strange behaviour. Like, it might be his poor communication. I'll let him off for that potentially, but taking it at face value, it is very strange.
I agree. But yeah, ladies and gents, that's the end of the show.
316.
We tried. There was a lot. I took out a bit, and yeah, it's been really hot these last few days when it comes to news. So especially with Poch and the Estevao Willian stuff, but hey, we got through it in 15 minutes over what I wanted to, but it's okay. Ladies and gents, if you haven't done so already, smash up the like buttons. It helps us out tremendously. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 3K. Hit the bell notification to be notified whenever we go live. Check out the links in the description for all the other content there for you guys. And also leave a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts on everything we discussed in today's show. And also check out the memberships. There's 4 different tiers starting at 99p. And as always, if you're in the proper casual tier, I give you shout outs at the end of every show. It's going to go out to Suprotin, M3, Adam CFC, Wasabi Meets World, Orizant, Herbeditar, B-Man, JC, Ishi, A. Soliman, EE, Hassan Nawaz, Uncle Jesters FC, Will, OG Turbo Jesus, Dark, Adrian, Pelu, Coco624, The Danzo, Gabriel A, Adib, AK Satit, and Joel. Guys, all of you, thank you so much for your support, and thank you to support for all of our members, and thank you for also tuning in with us and sticking with us through this live podcast that we do here twice a week, Wednesdays and Sundays. So always tune in on those days for us for a show. We'll be back again. When is our next game? Let me just look this up real quick. Chelsea
play Brighton on Wednesday.
So yeah, we'll be back Wednesday.
Well, whoop your ass, Brian, man.
We'll be back Wednesday to react to that Brighton game, and probably won't be back until, well, actually, hold on, Wednesday, and then probably Saturday. Saturday we'll do the Casually Chelsea show since Sunday we can't. And yeah, so we'll be back Wednesday to react to the game, Saturday for Casually Chelsea, and Sunday for the reactions to the Bournemouth game and end of the season, and then we're going to take a break. All right, we're going to take a week-long break. I need it. Also, ladies and gents, I will say, if you haven't done so already, check me out tomorrow. I think tomorrow. I'm pretty sure tomorrow. I haven't checked the schedule yet. But tomorrow, I'll be on American Waffle over on Staffy TV. So go ahead, show some love. Keep me out of the waffle cell because they're going to want me to waffle. And I keep getting gaslit there into thinking that Poch is the guy. Poch is the guy. Listen, we just did our assessment. And based on my assessment of Poch's end of the season, he is not the guy. All right, Vic? Sorry to break it to you. But ladies and gents, we're going to go ahead and raid out to Sarcasm City. As always, much love to the brothers over there. Copy and paste. Let them know where you're coming from. And we'll see you again later this week for more Chelsea. All right? Let's hope we get Europa and we can have a different discussion on Poch. But until then, stay casual. Have a good night and peace.